Okay. Let's start the game. I think there's not much. Hi, Heavy Drago, what's up? Let's start back to where we were. I completely forgot where we were. It's been like, what, 4 days? Since the last stream. HD, indeed. Okay, so from what I remember, okay, wait. I think maybe the chat would be better up there. What do you guys think? Like, if I put the chat up there, do you guys think it would be better? I think it would be a better position. They were arguing and trying to extort money from each other. Yeah, seems about right. Yeah, that works. Okay, perfect. I think it's good for the sake of, like, the VOD being able to see what people are saying, while allowing, you know, people to read the text on their own, because it turns out it kind of hides what they're saying when people are talking. So, they were talking about, everyone needs a lot of money right now, right? And then talking about they really need to find their father's hidden gold in order to fix the situation they're in. Because they are in deep shit. And then the game switched to another scene with Kinzo. Who the fuck is Kinzo? Isn't he the this guy, right? We switched to this scene with him and we stopped instantly because we were way over the time. Like, I wanted to stop earlier, but... Alright, so now we're back. You'll be at the reach. I still haven't seen her. I wonder when she comes up. I wonder when people start to die. We'll see. I still haven't set the stage fully yet. So, probably in a while, probably in like a few hours. Okay. Quite an entertaining scheme. Might lower the sound a tiny bit more. Here we go. Well then, what are the conditions they've attached? So, this guy is quite insane. It isn't your turn to die. They've gained the majority yet. Yeah, it isn't peak yet, because YTD is peak. I really like that game. It's a really good visual novel. Canon? Oh, right. It's this guy. He has a young servant. Okay, and he has the crest. I don't understand what this means, right? Like, I remember this. All three of them have the family crest, despite being nobodies. These people are nobody. They're not related to the family, yet they still somehow bear the crest. This guy doesn't, this girl doesn't, despite her being, like, considerably older than both of them. And, like, all the ones that are not directly in family do not have it, right? If you're in family, you're supposed to have it. So why do these three have the crest? This one, Genji, it makes sense because Genji has been like Kinzo's best friend for like 30 years and he's the only one he trusts. So you can imagine Kinzo giving him the crest as like a mark of best friendship. But those two, I'm assuming they're bastard children? Like there's no other way to justify them having the crest besides them being like part of enough shoot family because Kinzo slept around with more people or something similar. That's my only idea as to why these people have the crest. Which would explain why they're actually young but servants here. Despite messing up quite visibly. Like he sucks as a butler, and she sucks as a servant. So you know, This stream is sponsored by Battler's sexual interest. This stream is sponsored by Battler's fucking molestation tendencies. Indeed. Aye, Sapphic Horseman, what's up? Wilted Rose. Wilted Rose emoji. Indeed. Alright. Well, whatever or not Cross-sama actually discovers a goal, he'll pay Eva-sama, Rudolph-sama, and Rosa-sama a total of 7.5 billion yen for their shares. However, 10% of that will be paid before March. Ross, you dunce. To think he would have his feet swept out from under him by his younger siblings. Oh, truly amazing. But it sounds as though they tricked when going in for the kill, yes? Yes. Cross-sama exposed the fact that Eva-sama and the younger siblings all have an urgent need for money. Is there even any need to expose such obvious facts? That irresolute, incompetent man. What are they doing now? Shit, I accidentally skipped. That conversation has been put on hold for the time being. Now, Beatrice-sama's epitaph is being discussed. But I'm still not over the fact that it took 40 fucking minutes to start the stream. God damn. Very annoyed. But yeah, so they're trying to solve the riddle and find out where my gold is hidden. Yes. We have no other choice, don't they? Kinzo set down his spectacles and snorted. Will the miracle be fulfilled first? Or will those fools expose the gold first? What a show this will be! At the very moment those fools solve my puzzle, I will suffer utter defeat. They can suck my cock down to the last fragment of bone. The creed of fools can allow great magic to bring forth a miracle. Hi, Agnif! Welcome to the stream. Broken house indeed. Abandoned house. That's the street. That's the emoji you're thinking of. And yet, the fulfillment of the miracle comes first. If it comes first, Beatrice will be resurrected once again. The smile I've been chasing off my life will be restored. Oh, Beatrice! Yeah, he's talking about sucking cock and now he's moaning very loudly. I'm glad to know how Kinzo's doing. There's actually no good and witches aren't real. Kinzo is just a tier troll. No gold, yeah. No, it's just really cool. And he's like talking to himself just in case there happens to be like an omniscient viewer from beyond in order to convince them. Kinzo is the avatar of done bad. That's right. Soon will comes a sacred night when we shall bet upon a miracle and the game of demands shall begin. Need to go buy a talent plunger. I'm glad to hear, Aznif. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. I will surely prove triumphant and survive. I'll let you have the lives of all those others. I don't need wealth, or honor, or assets, or gold, or anything. Lord relevant toilet plunger. You could make a joke about Skivity Toilet here, but I won't. I'm above that. All I want is to see her smile one last time. Oh my god. He said that so many times. And then he fucking falls and dies. Kinzo choked, apparently in great pain. Ganon got closer and tried to pat his master's back, but Kinzo motioned for him to stop. He is not Kino. I need to be careful to not mispronounce it. He is not Kino. Do you know why I went to the trouble of exposing the hidden location of a gold in a place that everyone can see? No. It is because magical power is determined by risk. If the number of people who try to discover Beatrice's gold is great, the danger of them succeeding is great as well, and the power of magic will bring about a grand miracle if we succeed despite the odds. If we succeed? What is it called succeed? Is it like it's ritual to summon Beatrice? Like, okay, The thing is, I do not know what he means by succeed. Because they all have different goals. Like, he wants to be, like, do the sex with Beatrice. And they all want the gold. And Beatrice probably wants to fucking kill people or something, I don't know. So when he says we succeed, he's not talking about himself. He says we. He wants to succeed to see Beatrice once again. Yeah, he wants to fulfill Beatrice's wish, I think. That's probably what he wants. And that's why he says we, because he's like counting Beatrice into his plan. There's actually no magic. Kinzo just wants to pass his nut dead into the kids. Amazing. That's what the risk of putting his gold up to get stolen does. I think it's more like as he said, it's determined by risk. So like the more okay, stupid analogy, but it's like Jujutsu Kaisen. Where like the more you give away about your ability, like explaining it and shit, the stronger it becomes due to the risk you're putting yourself in. Right? Like I'm picturing it like that. Like if he explains to everyone where the gold is through a riddle, it is such a massive risk that it makes any magic coming from that even more powerful. Yeah, it's a classic magic concept. I did not know it was a classic magic concept. My only reference point is Jujutsu Kaisen. Why doesn't he just airlift and drop the gold through a skylight with a helicopter? What do you mean? What do you mean by this? In other words, magic is a game. It is not the case that the one who performs the best becomes a victor. I assume Sapphic, he wants them to find it. Like, he doesn't want them to actually find it. And he wants to, like... As he said, it's a game. He wants to create enough risk to make the magic possible, but not too much. To the point where they just find the goal and fuck up the ritual. It is not the case that the one who performs the best becomes a victor. The victor performs the best because he has been granted magic. Do you see? It is similar to those a miracle of life can be granted only after winning against the divide odds of several hundred million to one. This makes the gold explosive. You just like plant C4 right next to the gold. That's risky. Is this a little difficult for you? My apologies. That's fine. It all comes down to this. I will give all that I have built up to the one who solves the mystery of Beatrice's epitaph. Wealth, honor, gold, and the inheritance of the Ushuramiya family. Everything that I've established. It better be him. It better be him. It better fucking be him. It better be my man. Otherwise, I'm gonna be mad. Let us be clear about this. All right. My children certainly aren't the only ones who's right to attempt to solve this riddle. Oh, see, yeah, no, exactly. He's talking about Hideyoshi. Anyone who solves the riddle will have the right to gain everything. Even you. Yes. However, I couldn't possibly understand such a difficult riddle. Of course. I made it difficult. But you must try to solve it as well. That will form the seed that summons the miracle of my magic. If everyone attempts it and everyone fails, that will be that. If Hideyoshi dies, can he copy-paste Battler over everything? Fair, sure. Okay, but I'm rooting for 3 people here. Either Hideyoshi, Battler, and Maria. And I'm rooting for the death of a few people too. George, Cross, and I fucking dislike Kumasawa. I wish Kumasawa fucking died. Like, fucking lore exposition, girl. I don't need you. I can figure out the lore all by myself. I don't want your help. I'm angry for nothing. She doesn't matter at all. She's probably gonna die like first episode. However, if the miracles come together and give birth to magical power, it will happen. Beatrice will revive. That is why you must attempt it too. Wow. Wow, says Polypo. Everyone must attempt it. And in so doing, they'll give strength to my magic. Do you understand? Yes. I will try. For a long while, Kinzo repeatedly muttered to himself, agitated and clutching his head. Ganon stayed where he was, alert and unmoving, till he was given the next order from his master. I can figure out the lore in myself, said Ryokushi, as he wrote Sikunia to never release it in full. What is that? Isn't Ryokushi the writer for Umineko? And the one who made the art that we're seeing the entire time? The hell is Sikunia? Yeah, is that dude that cannot physically not give 110%? Checks out, checks out. Kinzo eventually realized this. Very well, leave me. There is a bag of sweets on the liquor cabinet. You can take some with you as a reward. I'm fine. After all, I am furniture. So furniture doesn't eat sweets? Well, I suppose it stands to reason. In that case, leave me. Yes. Excuse me. It released one episode and didn't continue. Oh, it releases them episode by episode? Did it release Umineko episode by episode? When did it finish? When did the Umineko start and when did it finish? Ganon bowed and left the study. As the door closed, a heavy locking noise sounded out. Yep, says mouth. Makes sense, makes sense. Every episode and Fury Crafter is salivating for the next one to release. Oh, ad. Okay. Makes sense. But it was not the sound of Ganon locking his door. Okay, I'm wondering... 2008 to 2010, amazing. I'm wondering if it's going to be like... one episode, one murder? Or is it gonna be... several episodes for one murder, and then like after that adds another murder or something. I wonder what the don't tell me, by the way. I wonder how the narrative development will go for this. Like it's like I'm comparing this to Danganronpa or Your Turn to Die, which are also about figuring out a crime. Where it was like one episode figure it out, next episode another murder. Okay. But it was not the sound of Ganon locking his door. We'll see, we'll see. What is the butterfly supposed to mean? It was a door locking automatically. No one could enter without Kinzo's permission. And once they left, they could not enter again. It was a mechanism that Kinzo, unable to trust his blood relatives, had created to seal himself up in his own study and isolate himself from the outside world. Can't you just grab a pickaxe and dig right next to the door? Like having a door made of steel is all good and well until you just take a pickaxe and break the wall. Wow, my computer was on the stream. Amazing. Nothing happened yet, don't worry. He was already unable to trust anyone, excepting not the children who shared his blood, but the servants who called themselves furniture. That kind of loses any chance of stealth. I mean, yeah, but like, if he fucking dies in his study, and no one knows, like he doesn't respond, and they need to check. At that point, You're better off just like taking a pickaxe or taking a rope. Yeah, you could just straight up take a rope, like take a grappling hook, a rope, you hang it to the ceiling, and then you just climb to his window. Like it's made of glass, even if it's reinforced glass, you can peek inside and break it if you need to enter. And you won't have time to react. Mineral Berry, welcome! Do you also plan to place a new psychological horror game? Tsunagari Chess School? What the hell is that? I have no idea what that is at all. Ladder. Oh yeah, no, I don't know why I went to grappling hook. You could just get a ladder. Yeah, no, fair enough. Again, you decide. Oh, it's just that there's no place for me to be anymore. With a bitter laugh, Nanjo turned to face the door to the parlor. That look was apparently enough to tell Genji what Nanjo wanted to say. For the most part, Genji also understood the family situation. It must have made it want to frown, knowing that right now, in the lounge, the master he served was being discussed so disrespectfully. But it would have been very difficult to gather that from his indifferent expression. Still, I don't understand. Why did Kinza-san have something so provocative written? I wonder. Nanjo looked at the portrait of Beatrice. No, he actually directed his gaze beneath the portrait at the plate with the epitaph. Right, the gold. The gold riddle. Are we ever gonna see it? They still haven't read it to us. I do not presume to understand the master's thought. However, I'm sure he had a deep reason for doing so. Since long ago, when Kinzo-san played chess, he would always prepare his moves according to some far-reaching judgment. Yes, sometimes even to make moves I couldn't understand. For an average person like me, it was impossible to see through to whatever it was he was planning. Sometimes, I wonder if this might be some kind of will in the master's eyes. Perhaps he wishes to hand over his wealth and title to the one who can understand it. So you're thinking you may have wanted the four siblings to work together and solve the riddle? Before some outsider like myself solved it? Kinzo-san may speak of his children in insulting terms, but perhaps he also wants them to repair their relationship. That is very optimistic, to say the least. You're being very optimistic about this. I do not think that Kinzo wants them to repair their relationship. I think he doesn't give a shit about their relationship. It certainly would be heartwarming if, as Nanjo had suggested, this epitaph has been made to repair the siblings' relationship. However, both Nanjo and Genji knew that nothing could be more impossible than this. Where's the point goes over someone's head? Yeah, no, it is, Safik. Nanjo hoping that it doesn't work for the most maniacal dude ever. It does work for him though, doesn't he? Even the narration shuts that down, yeah. Yeah, it's so stupid. Kinzo just fucking sucks. We love Kinzo. We love Kinzo in this stream. Definitely not as much as the other characters, but he is a cool character. They've known Kinzo longer than anyone, and Kinzo trusted them more than his own relatives. But even they could not guess at his true motives. The master always says that everyone has the right to try and solve the riddle, even if they aren't a member of his family. What about you, Dr. Nanjo? No. It's a little difficult puzzle for this senile old man. Actually, I almost wrote this epitaph down in my notebook. Night after night, I would try to solve it before going to sleep. But it really is odd. It looks like we might have some free time to relax. And consider it before someone comes to get us. What do you say, Genji-san? I am nothing more than furniture and service to the master. Golden assets are necessary to me. My, you're very modest. I imagine that's why Kinza-san trusts you so much. If so, I am honored. You should not put yourself down that much, Genji. It's really sad. Like, what the fuck is up with the furniture thing? I feel like that's gonna be extremely important. Like, I bet there's gonna be a major plot point related to them being furniture and like the trauma they have from it or some shit. There's no other way. We've all much they insist on it. Nenjo, you once looked again at the epitaph. Behold the Switchfish River running through my beloved hometown. You who seek the golden land, follow his path downstream in search of the key. The epitaph on the portrait called My Beloved Witch Beatrice goes as follows. Okay. Behold the Switchfish River running through my beloved hometown. You who seek the golden land, follow its path downstream in search of its key. As you travel down it, you will see a village. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to... No! I accidentally pressed control. No! No! No, I fucked up! It's over! No! We got a movie at least. Okay. 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 It's fine. There sleeps the key to the golden land. Or should be recorded there. Okay. As you travel down it, you will see a village. That village, look for the shores that who will tell you of. There sleeps the key to the golden land. The one who obtains the key must then travel to the golden land in accordance with these rules. On the first twilight, there's the sticks chosen by the key as sacrifices. Okay, well, we're already talking about murder. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. On the third twilight, those who remain shall praise my noble name. Like, they're talking about Beatrice. On the fourth twilight, gouge head and kill. Fifth twilight, gouge the chest and kill. Gouge the stomach, gouge the knee, gouge the leg. On the ninth twilight, the witch shall revive and none shall be left alive. And on the 10th twilight, at journey's end, shall attain to the power of the golden land's treasure, once and for the last time. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be all the gold from the golden land. One shall be the resurrection of all the dead souls. One shall be the resurrection of the love that was lost. And one shall be to put the witch to sleep for all time. Okay, so there's gonna be a shit ton of people dying. That's for sure. And just... you know, shall be the resurrection, blah blah blah. And they get to choose whether or not they want to, like resurrect everyone who died from the games or whatever. Maybe that will be up to us to choose. Okay, how many people will die? If we interpret this as like literally, how many people would die? So 6 die first, right? Then 8. Okay, don't care about the third. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then on the 9th, she revives and everyone dies. 13, 4, 8, 11, 14, 18. So there would be 5 people left by the end of the game. Like, okay, this is the most basic bitch interpretation, which I bet you 100% is not going to be how it pans out. Like, it is not going to be as simple as just murdering people. Like, that would be way too easy otherwise. And all the characters realize, like, okay, the second Twilight rolls in, right, and 8 people die, everyone will understand that, like, the third, fourth, etc. will be about killing each other. So, first of all, I think the important part is finding who has a key, right? So it will last 10 days. I wonder who will die. Like, if it's 6 people dying on the first day, I wonder who. We'll see. So, behold the Sweetfish River. Okay, so that's easy enough. Like, that is just easy enough. As you travel down it, you will see a village. That village, look for the shore, the two will tell you off. There sleeps a key. Don't tell me they find the key in here. That would be really, really funny if it's just like having a blast at the sea. They just find the fucking key in the sand while making a sandcastle. If that's the case, that would be really fucking funny. Rules for solving the epitaph. 1. Have fun. 2. Be yourself. True, better words. That would be a really good game if that was the case. If the Ushira Miyas were normal, they'd be dissuaded as the text said they had to kill 6 people. Okay, but let's be clear. In everyone's mind, when they read this, right, and I don't blame this, when they read this, they must assume, like, we know we're in a murder game, but they don't. And they just assume that it's gotta be, like, some, what's the word? Some... Fucking hell, I do not know. It must be some fucked up way of phrasing a riddle where, like, oh yeah, you offer the 6 chosen, it's gonna be like 6 gems, and then there's a floor, and you gotta, like, put the gems over the key, and it's gonna decorate it with, like, 6 gems, and they're gonna be the sacrifice. Something like that, right? They must not assume that it means, like, straight up death. And they must not know that he's setting this up as a game where people will die, right? Like, there's no way they would guess that. So I don't blame them. So, on the 10th Twilight, the journey ends, and you reach the Golden Land. You really are diligent, Maria. You did a good job writing this all down. Ooh, I forgot a lot, so I always write things down. Mama told me to. There was a notebook inside the handbag Maria was always carrying around, and Beatrice's epitaph was copied onto it. Thanks to that, we were all able to challenge the puzzle of the epitaph while walking down this beach. Just to count the rest, I already tried to solve it several times, and I'd already gotten bored with it. However, since this was a first for me, I was so excited that I couldn't stop. It really tickled my sense of adventure. Let's start with the first line. Behold the Sweetfish River, running through my beloved hometown. Where was Godfather's hometown again? I heard that before the war, the Ushiramiya family had a mansion near Odawara. Which makes you want to know which Sweetfish River flows through Odawara, right? Okay, give me a second. Does anyone here come from Odawara? Do they mention Odawara anywhere here? No. No, still not. I remember somewhere someone mentioning that name before. I remember this name popping up. So I don't know. I probably forgot. It's over. Yeah, because that river would be the starting place. Anyone searching for the golden land would head down that and search for the key. What's this river in Odawara? Does it have squidfish swimming in it? If you're looking for squidfish in Odawara, it would have to be Ayakawa. It's famous for its mountain stream fishing. Ew, I hate fish! Loser. Maria, you'll understand when you get a bit older. You lick salty roasted squidfish. What a weirdo this guy is. Yummy! Even though we just ate, I'm getting hungry again. Yeah, we're big on fish in Japan, right? Shall I bring you a biscuit? The waifu bait is here. Huh? Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. Don't mind it. Shan was faithfully keeping us company. She didn't have any afternoon chores for a while. Wouldn't she take like 20 years to prepare dinner? I would have thought that since she's a servant, accompanying us would force her to take care of us and tire her out, but that didn't seem to be the case for her. On the contrary, she seemed to enjoy joining in on the conversation with people close to her age. When I asked, I heard that she was the sort of worker whose room and board were supplied by her employer. Normally, the only person close to her age was Jessica. Yeah, I can imagine that might be pretty dull. That sounds like a terrible life. Why would you ever work for Kinzo? Like, that's my question, right? Like, you don't choose to be family with him, but like, why would you work for him? It must be so fucking boring. Like, 5 people, barely likes each other, treated like furniture. Even if you paid me a lot, I would not go there. I would not live there. Let alone work for the guy. Okay, so I got a switchfish-filled river near Odawara. Is Ayakawa. Okay, so we gotta go down it. Do you find anything if you head down Ayakawa River? If you follow it downstream, you'll arrive at the ocean. Of course you'd reach the mouth of the river. And the third line is epitaph. As you travel down it, you will see a village. But when, since long ago, the map of rivers have been key points in transportation. A large cities tend to be built there. That'd be the next checkpoint. That's a pretty good theory. Just like you guessed, there's an old city that was very prosperous in ancient times. That's where Odawara Castle is. Oh, I think I might have gone to Odawara Castle on a field trip once. It really was a wonderful castle. Yeah, I also went there. Even though I live in a Western-style house, it's true that Japanese people feel calmer with Japanese layout. Really? I guess so, okay. Ooh, castles are boring. Theme parks are better. Based. Ooh. I see. Okay. Do you think George wear that suit in public? He absolutely does. He absolutely fucking does. Okay, if we find the gold, the great Butler Sama will generously reserve a whole theme park for a day and let you play in it. Yeah, Odawara Castle, huh? The hidden gold of Odawara Castle. Oh? It's actually starting to sound pretty good. I need to not make the laughs. Well, we figured out that much 2 years ago. The village down the river was a sweetfish swim in Odawara. We figured it was probably somewhere near Odawara Castle. I mean, yeah, Battler, if you found that out in like 5 minutes, they would have found it out like 2 years ago. The problem is the next line. Okay, let's see where Battler's strange reasoning can take him. Jessica grinned broadly. Seemed to be implying she would have solved the puzzle long ago if it was that easy. Damn it, I'll definitely find it and keep it all for myself. The fourth line. That village looked for the shores the two will tell you of. I don't know what it means by the two, but anyway, the shore. What does it mean by the shore? No, wait. Is there any place near there with shore or Kishi in its name? I've heard there's a place called Sugashikishi in Nodawara. Huh? Wow! You sure know a lot about it. Well, what could that mean? Challenge Shan, are you trying to solve the riddle and get the good too? That makes us rivals. Wait, okay. He is blushing. Alright, like that's blush. Now I'm understanding what blush is for this artist. It's not the red lines, it's just... It's a very pink filter across a third of her face. That's blushing. Got it. It's just that... Just Sam had told me about it before. That's because we reached the same conclusion 2 years ago. We even went to trouble laying out a map and looking it up. Oh, I fucking hate his suit. I fucking hate George. I hate him. It was about 5 kilometers to Sunofo Odawara. We definitely found a place called Ugakishi there. However, after that, we get stuck. The 5th line doesn't say where's the key is in that place. Mary-chan, could you read it for us? Ooh, there sleeps the Itsuza, Golden Land. Ooh, I could read it. Sugakishi is probably large, and wasn't ever any house built there by the Ishiramiya family. Not much we can do to find a key in such an area without any ends. Maybe the key is metaphorical. There's no way the key is like an actual physical key, right? With how vague this riddle is, there is no way to find an actual physical key. It's gotta be like something visible, right? Probably key in the sense of like words or a phrase. Like a way to advance the riddle by knowing a phrase, right? I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe the key is a map? Maybe... If you have like a map of the area... Like, it might sound stupid, but maybe if you have a map of the area... You can find a row of buildings... And just like... Right, okay. So let me show what I mean. Okay, so I wanted to save that down, but... Like, look, okay. So like there's your building block, right? That's gonna be your main roads, etc. Right? Like this. I'm just building like really quick. Here we go. So right, there's gonna be a whole bunch of buildings there. Okay. So that's a building, that's a building, that's a building. And then just, there's gonna be a series of buildings where if you look at the map from above, right, it's gonna form a key. Or like, something like this, right? Right, and you look at this and you wonder what could the key be? And it turns out that the key is just this. That's the key right there. I remember seeing a riddle like this in a fucking Mickey Mouse magazine. Right, that's the key right there. Boom. And like that would be your key, and then you just either find something within the key, like probably the actual physical key being right there, or right there, or right there, or there's something more to do with this. What am I looking at? Polopo? Is that the key? I have no idea, but like, right, the layout of the buildings form a key. Right? That's what I'm talking about. The layout of the houses would be what's forming a key. Like, you could even imagine having a building in the middle here to make it clearer. Like, okay. Here we go. The building in the center. So that way, look, it looks exactly like a key. And then you smash mention with said key. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Safik. It's the building key. Yeah, oh, I didn't see a message. Pour molten gold between the buildings and forge giant key out of it. That sounds smart. That's what you have to do. All trying to solve the epitaph. Yeah, no, like, okay. That's my bet, right? Like, it's gotta be something metaphorical, right? It's gotta be something, either like a phrase or something you'll find, like, I don't fucking know. But it's gotta be not as obvious as finding an actual physical key. That's impossible. Because, like, the last line is going to a shore. So that's impossible. What if the witch's gold was the friends we made along the way? What if the witch's gold was the murders we made along the way? That's the real question. Have you thought of that? Lame. Alright, I think this is a good thing. Right there. I think this is a good interpretation. That's gonna be my bet. What if this witch's gold was gold? What if the witch's gold was toxic gold, where like if you touch it, you die? Do you think Kinzo sitting there, wiping away tears from his eyes as he make a heartwarming friendship story? That would be great. Get on the game screen. Oh shit. You're right. Alright, so Tsukakishi is probably large. There wasn't ever any house built there, but the Ishirimiya family. Not much you can do to find a key in such a vast area without any hints. Yeah, see, like, they're right. It's impossible. You're right. And without a key, we can't advance to the next line. George What kind of place is a Gakishi? Kinzo is a native pre-order. That's why he has a sturdy vault to his study. Why would he? Does he write, like, toxic yaoi? Does he just have fucked up fanfictions that he writes? He needs to look at slash fakes in the golden vault. That checks out. The gold he was referring to was actually like all the banger fanfiction he made. The Golden Realm, yeah, his magical Golden Realm. He was a wizard. He should have been called a wizard. WHEZ. ARD. That comic is great. If you know, you know. Okay. Let's see. I've never been there, so I don't really know. But according to the maps, it's in the mountains. Pretty sure it was at the base of Mount Asama. Remember that they're all seemingly wearing dress shoes on the beach scene. They're getting full upset and shit. They probably love it. They probably love it. Don't worry about it. Or I assume they just like took off their shoes and threw them at like Shannon. And Shannon just like scaring everyone's shoes while they're running around in the sand. Something doesn't feel right. You'd expect a riddle pointing the way to hidden gold to be a bit more exact. I get the feeling that even the part about Tsukakishi was a mistake. Yeah, it's gotta be. Well, I think it could be Tsukakishi. We could be talking about the mouse that grandfather lived in when he was a kid that we don't know about. There's no way. There's no way. It would be way too easy of an answer. After all, the first line mentioned his beloved hometown. Shannon, you've served grandfather's alcohol and stuff lots of time, right? But le defeat San, no diff. True. Hasn't he ever talked to you about his past? The master almost never speaks of the past. However, he talks of the great counter-earthquake as though it was someone else's story. We may have well be living far away from the Kanto area. Wait. Okay, so there's okay, about the map of the island, right? In the center is the manor. That is the estate that goes down. Do we know of a river within the estate? Like beloved hometown, if I'm not wrong, beloved hometown does not necessarily mean the town he grew up in. But it could be the town that he considers as being like the town that he is his home. I don't fucking know. Like my best second guess would be that the key is on the island. I don't fucking know. Alright. The Ushiromiya family may have been living in Odawara, but not all of the branch families were. Grandfather often called himself part of a branch family, the least connected to the successor. You're on the MS Pain again. Thank you. It's hard to remember. So that was the dialogue here. Okay. And that means the beloved hometown might not even be Odawara at all. I've never heard anything about grandfather's hometown. Well, it will actually tell me if I asked. If the so-called beloved hometown isn't referring to the Ushiromiya family's root, then the Odawara Kiri is wrong from the beginning. Of course, this doesn't completely remove the possibility that it was Sogakishi. Yeah. For example, perhaps he lived in Dawara when he was very young and moved to far away later. I don't understand what you're all talking about. Maria had been completely left out of the conversation, as she now sat puffing her cheeks in the boredom. Oh, basically, if you can't even agree on the starting point for this dice game of gold, we're totally stuck. But wait, there's the first 5 lines. The thing we end up finding is a key, right? And even if you don't have a key, it's always possible to bust through a door. You can just skip the first 5 lines, start figuring out the rest. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. You guys are dumbasses. You are. Maybe the others have thought of it. You didn't. You suck. Oh well, we're just wasting time anyway. Let's use the rest of Badler's reasoning. But in that spot, it gets dark really fast. Shen and Shan frowned slightly. They're looking back in Maria's notebook to recall what was written there. Yeah, I was forced to agree. The first twilight, okay. It sure does get real quickly. Does the tear about the two were close? Does that mean to make them break up their loving relationship? Does it mean to literally tear them apart? I don't know, but either way it's pretty disgusting. The two were close. So the two were close. There's 2 options. The two were close could either be and him, because like they are pretty close. Or it could be Rosa and Maria. Those two are very close too to each other. She doesn't care about her mom. She doesn't care about anyone else that much. He doesn't care about anyone else that much. Same for Butler, he doesn't give a shit. Eva only cares, like really cares about her husband, to some degree. Or it could be the two. Shannon and Cannon. Those could be the two who are like apart. Alright. He mentioned 6 people for his first twilight, then 5 people for the 4th through 8. But at least 11 people must be sacrificed. Ooh, they sacrificed to revive Beatrice! She's a smart one. I see. Sacrifices to restore the witch. Hey, that's what it means. In the end, the witch will be revived on the 9th twilight. The last part is guaranteed. On the 9th twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. So everyone will die in the end. And after that, the 10th twilight is goal line. Not sure you're supposed to reach a golden land if everyone's dead by then. Yeah! Okay. Yeah. This is why I think taking the kills too literally is wrong. Right? Because none shall be left alive is impossible. It makes no sense. On the night everyone dies, on Thames the island blows up. That checks out. I'm thinking for a bit. Give me a second. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't actually... Okay. Okay, wait, no, I realized. The 6 chosen by the key are sacrifices. The key chooses. The key has a will. The key has a will. So it's a person. Like, the key must be a person. Or a phrase, a code phrase or some shit. I do not know. I think I do not get it. I'm pretty sure that the key must have a will to some degree, either being a phrase or a sentient person. Depending how you interpret it, the traveler who holds a key may or may not be included in the none shall be left alive part. At the end, there's something pretty interesting. After reaching the goal, the witch gives out 4 treasures. One shall be all the gold. The problem is the next one. That the dead souls will be resurrected, right? Doesn't that sound like it means everyone who died in the earlier lines? You put it like that, then departed by reviving lost love. Might refer to the pair torn apart in the 2nd twilight. That's right. And the 4th one refers to the 9th twilight. Oh, fuck. Didn't mean to do that. What does it say again? Oh, okay. The 4th treasure is putting the witch, revived on the 9th twilight, to sleep. If you put a happy spin on all this, it will be hectic with people dying and breaking up all over the place. But it will all be made right in the end. Unless the person chooses to get the gold. The wicked witch will sleep again, and everything will be like it was at the start, except with a huge pile of gold. The witch must be pretty busy, but with all the killing, reviving, breaking up, and reuniting people. Not to mention waking up and sleeping. Eesh, just when the tale of the hidden gold was getting interesting, it all gets pretty obvious once the witch starts showing up. So true. I'm not doing the laughing. I laughed along with Jessica. After all, the idea of a witch was just too ridiculous. Of course, once we started laughing like that, Mariab, who believed in the witch, got angry. Ew, the witch is incredible. She can do anything with magic. Even kill. Even bring back to life. Even give love. Even take it. She can fly in the sky, can become invisible, can even make golden bread out of nothing. Jesus. Please, Jesus. Are we gonna make a reveal that, like, Beatrice is, like, 1,000,000,000 years old, can change appearance, and was literally Jesus and Muhammad and any other fucking prophet throughout history? That would be great. That would be banger. Ew. Ew. So true. Dang. My bad. We were just joking. Jessica apologized, sticking out a tongue, but Maria didn't accept it. She grabbed the notebook back out of my hands and opened to some other pages, tried to prove that the witch existed. Those pages had colorful drawings of witches on them, and well conveyed the fantastical image Maria had of witches. It wasn't the normal sinister image of a crooked nose act flying around on the broom, but a dreamlike person with unnatural powers could do anything and wore a beautiful dress. Just what you'd expect from an imaginative young girl. Flitting through the sky, a crossing rainbow, dancing around all night with a teacup and a teapot that would never get empty no matter how much you poured out of it. With a flourish of her staff, the stars in the sky would become candy and pour down. And flowers that produce seeds would bud by the roadside. To Maria, witches were the only concept that could embody the magical dream that so captivated her. As she grew older, it was the last remaining thing that could give richness to her dull and plain everyday life. That's why Maria believed in witches. She didn't want that dream of hers to be tarnished. That's why she didn't want anyone to tarnish the epitaph, which affirmed the existence of witches, because a witch named Beatrice is Maria's dream. Maria-chan, the epitaph isn't a guide to the hidden goal, but magic to revive the witch. Why is Maria, like, the only genre-savvy person in this entire game? I really hope she doesn't die. So there was a single link between Maria and the witch. Maria was very angry and clung to George Aniki. She should get as far as possible from George. As far as possible. Jessica and I scratched our heads and apologized. Might not be possible to move things over again, like the time she got mad in front of the portrait. Maria didn't seem to be willing to be easily consoled. Like Jessica and I, we wrung our hands wondering what to do. Shannon timidly opened her mouth. Maria-sama, did you know? There's a ghost story about Beatrice that has been passed down among the servants. Who? Yeah, that's right. Shannon, tell us about it. I don't really know, but it's apparently pretty famous among the servants. What is this? A ghost story? Yes. It seems it's a story from before we were born. I also heard about it from my mother. Yes. It has been passed down since the time of the mansion's construction. The servants of that time whispered that the mansion had two masters. One of the day and one of the night. What? All that Shannon told was just like a typical campfire ghost story. If there was a forest, we were just living inside it. Then of course the witch would come pay the mansion a visit from time to time. At some point, this ghost story naturally sprouted up beneath the servants. Wait, I just remembered some point that we brought up earlier. Wasn't there a, isn't the fucking island collapsing? Like, look. Bunch of shit missed there. Like, they kept bringing that up. Right there. That shit kept missing all the time, and, like, there was a gate with two pillars. Like a shrine. Whereas the entrance got torn apart. Maybe this matters to the riddle. Maybe. When people does around the second time to check doors, windows and locks are supposedly closed. They find some of them left open. Lights that were supposed to be off were turned on. And lights that were supposed to be on went out. Things left lying around would disappear. And things would appear when no one had any memory of putting them here. When any of these things happened, the old servants would say that the witch had visited the mansion, invisible, was playing pranks. Yeah, there was a blown up shrine at the coastline, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's probably gonna be there. See, she exists! I remember that blown up shrine. I think it matters. It can't... They can't bring up a shrine, like something as important as a shrine, and leave it there. Wait, is there any line in this that can correspond to a shrine? No, it doesn't seem so. We'll see. Yeah, she exists. Long ago, it was always right before leaving for school that I wasn't able to find my bag and stuff. I pulled her chest out with an hoo-hoo, as though it was final proof of the witch's existence. If I opened my mouth, Mary would probably be hurt again, so I didn't. That's the first time Battler shuts the fuck up. Like, it actually takes social cues. Incredible. I mean, you hear this kind of story everywhere. Depending on the place, we might blame it on a dwarf or an elf. The only difference is that they call it a witch on this island. Of course, walking around a vast, elegant mansion at night would be a little unsettling. You think so? Really? It's an island devoid of people. Since the mansion is so drafty, walking around on the night of a thunderstorm would certainly be eerie. In addition, some servants have also seen willows and wisps and glittering butterflies dancing around. Kun also saw something like that when you went patrolling one night. And recently, you have one of your servants talking about the strange footsteps heard inside the mansion near midnight. We whispered together that the Beatrice Sama in the portrait sometimes makes herself invisible and walks through the mansion. It happened a while ago, when even I have heard footsteps while patrolling at night that resemble these stories. You! That's scary! Okay. Really quick aside. Internet is dying? Hello? Come on, don't do this to me. Come on, internet. Don't die on me. Okay, it's picking back up, I think. I think it's picking back up. Do you guys hear me fine? Is everything working for you guys? Or not? Thing was looking frame for a bit there. It's cool now though. Okay, good. Yeah, it needs to have caught up. I saw drop frames 1,200. Okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. Beatrice Sama is another ruler of this mansion, separate from the master. So there's no need to be unnaturally afraid. If you respect her, I guess she won't do anything bad. However, she can be quite terrifying if you don't respect her, right? Correct. I've heard that just before I began working here. The one who spoke badly about Beatrice Sama fell down the squares and quit after receiving a large injury to her back. Because of that, there was a rumor between the servants that Beatrice Sama's anger had been brought down upon this person. Anger will definitely be brought down on Battler and Jessica. Rude, evil Maria. I'm sorry. I don't want her anger brought down upon me. I apologize, Maria. Of course, I also apologize to the witch. I'm sorry, Beatrice. Please forgive an outsider's nonsense. It's shitting its fence. He's shitting his fence. He didn't take it seriously, now he does. He's so scared. I'll apologize as well. I'm sorry, Beatrice. Will the witch be able to forgive us now? No. Wishes are fickle, so they forgive when they want to, and don't when they want. When they don't. That's no good. Maria-chan, is there a kind of good luck charm that could prevent bad luck and Yusuke-chan from suffering Beatrice Sama's wrath? Maybe something that can block against magic. By relying on Maria, who was proud of knowing the most about witches, Jordan was trying to revive her self-esteem. Once again, I've gotta admire his ability to calm kids down. Taking a moment to cross her arms, I seriously ponder whether there might be a charm that could save us. She started flipping through the pages in our notebook. I thought it was just a scribbled diary, but there also seemed to be quite a few pages that looked like it came from a book on black magic. There a bad luck shot that instantly kills George. Yeah, I fucking hope so. Maya solemnly considered a group of these pages, which contained things that looked like magic circles. Apparently, grandfather wasn't the only one with a black magic hobby. When Maria finally found what she was looking for, she snapped the notebook shut and threw it in her handbag. She then began fishing for that bag's contents. There seemed to be various jumbled things in there. For a while, she took out various pieces of junk, although they were probably important magical items to Maria, and repeatedly threw them back in, saying they were wrong. It was a little humorous, just like when Doraemon took out the wrong tool. Japanese anime reference that I do not have. Finally, she seemed to discover what she was looking for. With a face that was unimaginably cheery when compared to the intense expression she had worn until now, she held those out to Jessica and me. I grabbed it and saw that it was a very cheap looking charm. It looked like a bracelet made from a plastic rosary, with a scorpion themed medal attached. Haven't you ever seen those cheap Zodiac themed accessories? Kind you might win in a crane game and not an arcade? Really looks like something like that. There are two of them. Probably one for me and one for Jessica. The music changed. However, the very fact that there were two of them made it feel even more like cheap manufactured goods, making it pretty hard to think of them as magical items. Hi there, Monotoaster. What's up? You're giving this to me and Battler? With these charms, you don't even need to worry about Beatrice, because scorpions have the power to ward off magic. Huh? Really? I didn't know scorpions could do that. Hey, Battler doesn't believe. I love her. Maria is... oh my god. Oh, I'm trying to find a way to fix this, by the way, right now. But it seems to be fucking dying. It's so over. It's so over. It's all over. Okay, is it going to catch up again? I think it is. Okay, we're back. We're back. Hey, we're back, everyone. Here we go. Are you guys here? Are you guys still able to watch? We should be good. I don't know what's going on. I hope it stops happening. It'd be great. Murderous Toaster, as you can see, I'm not doing that great because the internet keeps fucking dying. Refresh the vid, it's good again. Okay. Okay, I said too much and angered Maria again. Maria took out a notebook again. When you got various pages, she went on about the scorpion with such incredible holy power that it had been used in magic-repelling magical circles since ancient times. Ah, I've heard about that from some of the other young servants. Something about how the scorpion is drawn as a magical repelling symbol in sorcery. Ah, really? Sunanoka. The scorpion protects against bad magic and calamity. And the emerald brings peace to God. Therefore its effects are twofold. It's true. Scorpion wraps around the emerald and protects it. Yes, that certainly does sound like it would work well. I really wanted to make fun of those worthless-looking charms. As I watched Maria explain with all of her heart and realized that she found them for our sakes, I had to feel like it might actually work, even if it was just a prize from some game center. The material quality of the charm didn't matter. What mattered was the strength of her feelings. True. Even I don't think of myself as a sort of loser who would laugh at something like that. Yeah, you would have to be an asshole to shit on Maria for... Okay, straight up. If a child comes up to you and like offers you a shitty charm that looks like shit, but is like really, really happy about it, like fucking noodle color, right? You better wear it, at least like for, I don't know, a few days. Especially when they're around. Don't be an asshole. Don't just fucking throw it away and mock them for how dog shit it is. You have to be like some special kind of asshole to do this. Okay, thank you. Alright. Give me a second. I think it's pretty important to note that down. The scorpions. How do I draw a scorpion? I think something like that, right? I'm drawing them from memory. Right, something like this. Here we go. That's a scorpion, right? That's what scorpions look like? I'm pretty sure that's what they look like. Okay. And then emerald. There we go. Equals. Wait. Perfect. Amazing. It's Greg. A great name. Here we go. I'm calling him Greg. Greg the Scorpion. Alright, here we go. I think that's a good summary of what we just learned. I think that's pretty important. The scorpions in my house sometimes can vouch for accuracy. I'm glad to hear. Okay, yeah, just put that on Wikipedia to say it is just what scorpions look like. I think it looks pretty accurate. Alright. Let's move on to the game. I apologize to Beatrice Sama, but even if I do end up getting cursed, I'll be safe now thanks to Maria's charm. Right, Jessica? Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Maria. Hey, wear it on your arm when you want your art to be at peace. Put it in your wallet, and your money will decrease. If you hang it from a doorknob, bad things can't get in. Really convenient charm. What an incredible effect. If Maria-sama gives it a confident seal of approval, then it surely must be reliable. Why does she not have one? Why does she not have one? If it's that powerful... Oh, because it's in her bag. Okay, no, fair enough. It's just in her bag. Shan and Shan clapped her hands together, and Maria stuck out her chest. She was totally in a good mood again. Probably best if we let her lead the conversation a bit longer, if it'd keep her in such a good mood. Come to think of it, she looked a bit bored when we were getting excited about the hidden gold. Probably because she couldn't keep up. What do you think of the cookies Kumasawa-san had baked? Jessica and I asked Maria this and that about black magic. Maria happily chatted away in response to her questions. Each time, Jordaniki and Shan, like surprised, would chime in. The clouds in the sky grew darker and darker, but we cousins really enjoyed communicating freely after a year of separation. After 6 years for you, battler. Hmm? Did I just feel a drop on my forehead? Huh? I wonder, it's a typhoon. Jordaniki rubbed his forehead, he looked up at the sky. Concerning the color of the sky and the dampness of the air, it wouldn't have been odd for a raindrop to hit him. The wind also seemed to have grown a bit stronger. It's a typhoon. They're gonna be locked in the mansion. I didn't feel a drop. Only I didn't. Don't worry, neither did I. Anyway, I'm sure it will rain so much tonight that everyone will get to feel plenty of raindrops. It will rain and hit George all at once and kill him with the impact. Hell yeah. Umineko was saved. Isn't Umineko like a seagull? Like, isn't that the meaning of Umineko? What's the meaning of Umineko? That's right. Maybe you should head back soon. Chan and Shan looked her down at her watch. It was probably well into the evening by now. It's still really time for you to return to your work? Yes. Thank you very much for allowing me to enjoy some time together with you all. Tell Kumasawa-san thanks for the cookies. Okay, everyone, help out with the cleanup. Jan and Shine declined her help, saying that this was a servant's job, but picking up a dropped fork before a waitress has to, like my purpose in life. What a gentleman. What a gentleman. In between touching two boobs of unwilling girls, he does pick up the fork dropped on the floor. What a nice person. A perfect gentleman. Umineko means sea cat, I see. Literally. Oh yeah, because Umineko. Right. Butler is the extreme for both fans. Yeah, you know, that checks out. Similarly gentleman and the womanizer. The trash is getting away. I won't let it escape. I'll grab it before Maria does. I'll grab it. Be a hella playboy when he grows up. Absolutely. I mean, he's like already 18. When he turns like 30. Maria, don't get your shoes wet. You'll get in trouble. To Maria, chasing after some trash sent flying by the powerful winds was just another game. By the time we finished, the wind was blowing pretty strongly. Probably a good time to head back. You've all helped me out a lot. Thank you very much. It looks like you're really out of time. It's okay if you head back first. Joel Janiki perceived from her early appearance that very little of her free time was left. He pretty strict about time. If you don't show up where you're supposed to be at the right time, I bet you'll be hella pissed. We'll see you later. Do your best with your work. Yes. And if you will excuse me. I can't wait for the wife bait to die brutally. For making a respectful bow, Jan and Shan ran towards the rose garden. Okay, let's head back to the guest house. Can watch TV or something and relax a little. Wanna watch TV? Wanna watch TV, huh? That is decided. Let's all head back and watch TV together. Maria wasn't done having any fun. Agreed once TV was mentioned. We climbed up the gentle stairs and returned to the rose garden. The wind had grown very strong, and roses shook throughout the garden like ripples in the water. This might be our last chance to see these beautiful roses. I'll bet tonight's typhoon ruins them. These roses might be done by tonight's winds. You're right. Still, I think the roses were pretty lucky. After all, they got to welcome you all before the typhoon. Flowers lose their petals eventually. That means you can admire them even more when they're in bloom. What about the flower they tied up? Like the flower that was dying. What about it? That's right. Maria, bunch image into your eyes. At this moment, they're the best roses of the year. Burned into the eyes. Right then, Maria suddenly clapped her hands. Looked like she'd remembered something. My rose! The typhoon will send it flying. Hey! She's gonna grab it. Oh, you mean that sad-looking rose George-aniki marked with a ribbon? Maria apparently remembered what a rose was. She ran at full speed. The rest of us followed her. Where was that again? I'm sure it was somewhere around here. We searched everywhere around the area, but there was only a single flower among all of these roses after all. Even though we knew it was somewhere close by, we weren't able to find it. The winds making up the typhoon's front lines made roses throughout the garden undulate. It was like it was teasing us by making the location of Maria's rose impossible to find. Maybe it wasn't here. Let's try spreading out a bit in our search. Sounds good. Let's go for strength in numbers. Huh? What's up, Maria? The mate explained on the search. Maria tugged on my jacket with an unhappy face. You could tell that she didn't want us to leave the spot. What is it? What's wrong? My rose is here. It's here. It's actually melting, right? Maybe it was on the other side of the flower bed. If you look, we'll find it fast, okay? It's here! My rose is here! Look for it! Look for it! You must have seen something pretty important, I feel. Maya stomped her feet in irritation. She pointed at that spot and said it definitely was there. But in actuality, it wasn't. Even so, Maria got mad when we said we were going to search elsewhere. We were at a loss for what to do. For a while we had to stay near Maria and pretend to search through that rose thicket. Not here, not here, not here. Maybe she's saying that it shouldn't be, that it should be here, but isn't. Maria became increasingly irritated. Oh man, Maria's really losing her temper. Sometimes Maria starts to really care about pointless stuff. Why is this one not voice acted? If she gets what she wants, that's okay, but you can't find something that isn't there. That's not good. Just when we were at a loss of what to do, Maria called out in a loud voice. Mama! We see old Rosa in the direction Maria was waving her head. Maybe she wanted to look at the garden one more time before the typhoon came. Or maybe she had some business at the guest house. When Rosa was coming from the mansion, he quickly noticed her daughter's voice and came over. My, what happened, everyone? Are you looking for something? Look for it! Mama, you look for my rose too! I can't do the who's here because she's so distressed. I gotta let her do the distressing. The distressed. Your rose? We found a native rose around here and marked it. With that a candy wrapper around it. Oh, Maria, if I remember correctly, it was growing right in front and really stood out, didn't it? Unless it grew legs and ran off somewhere. It must have been somewhere else. Maybe you remembered it wrong. It is here! Buy a flute and a recorder and go off whenever you have to. That would be good. Badla doesn't believe. How many times do I have to tell you to stop saying before you understand? Mama will look for it, so stay quiet. Never seen old Rosa be anything other than kind and gentle. So her anger surprised me a bit. Old Rosa began searching as well, so we went along with her for the time being. But we were already more than sure that it wasn't around here. So it didn't that long for Rosa to realize that too. The rose isn't here. Did you mistake this place for somewhere else? There are so many roses around. That's wrong. Did she get slapped? Oh, no, okay, that sound was not her getting slapped. Okay. It is here. Mama doesn't believe. Oh, she's stomping her feet. She's stomping her foot. Oh, I see, okay. I already believed you and looked out for it, didn't I? But it isn't here. But it is here. It is here, but it isn't. Someone must have ripped it out. Anyway, stop saying hoo hoo. Instantly doubles down. Oh, ripped out my rose, who did? Give it back, give it back. Oh shit, I know. Stop it, stop saying hoo hoo. Oh shit, Nozo's slap was real. Oh, I was joking about that. Okay, she should die. She should be one of the 6 who dies. Then I sent Maria was struck into silence. Of course, it was only for an instant. Maria realized that her wish was being rejected. She started yelling even louder. Obviously. This is why you don't fucking slap children. Obviously, we're gonna start screaming. My rose! My rose! Didn't I tell you to stop that weird habit? That's why all the kids in class make fun of you. Cut it out. Oh my god, okay, yeah, I hope she dies. I really hope she dies. This time she didn't go silent. She choked as she started crying, began to bow in an increasingly loud voice. Rosa was clearly irritated, lifted her hands once more to try and shut her daughter up. Oh, Rosa! I'm sorry, but could the rest of you go back to your room for a bit? Oh. Oh, Rosa, now. She just said let's get it, so there's no reason to get serious. I tried to cut in with a bit of a smile, rubbing my hands together, but old Rosa glared at me with a serious face. I realized that I should have stayed out of this. I need to have a little talk with Maria. Nobody believes in my rose, even though it was here. Look for it! Look for it! Here, it was here! But it's not here! So you must have confused this place for somewhere else, right? It is here! It's definitely here! Then it disappeared! Give it up! Why? Why did it disappear? Why? I don't know that! Oh, fucking hell. So stop saying hoo-hoo! Rosa once again raised her hand, overcome by her emotion, and slapped Maria's cheek. It was strong enough to knock Maria over. Okay, genuinely, I hope she fucking dies. Alright. Okay. That girl. What does she look like? Here we go. Wait, no, it's solid air. And then there's this, right? And some of these, right? Here we go. Here we go. Let's move on. Why is that kid so loud? Because she's been slapped 3 times in a row. When a kid gets slapped like this, it's only gonna cry harder. Like, come on, what the fuck is wrong with her? Hey, you Aunt Rosa, even if she's your daughter, violence isn't the answer. Step between them to protect Maria, was still on the ground crying. I knew that as an outsider, problems between parent and child were none of my business. But I wasn't brought up to just silently observe something like this. Don't you think it's weird, Butler-kun? Are there any girls at your school who mutter hoo-hoo? Well, I am in high school. For an elementary schooler, I think saying hoo-hoo is pretty cute. Cute? Saying hoo-hoo is cute? Cute? My careless words seem to have earned me Aunt Rosa's wrath. She grabbed my collar with a terrifying expression. Yeah, fucking die. Don't say such nonsense. Do you know how old Maria is? She's 9. She's a 4th grader, not a kindergartner. But she still makes us thunder in class. Don't you get it? Do you know what they say about this kid when they bully her? Thanks to this weird habit, she still hasn't made a single friend. Don't turn your eyes from reality and carelessly call Maria cute. Think about more seriously about this kid's future. Yeah, like, no shit, you would be crying when you fucking slapped her to the point where she falls to the ground. You are not helping at all, Rosa. Butler could solo Rosa's mom rage, no diff. True! Butler could solo everything. I told you, stop making sound! Did she fucking kick her? Didn't I tell you to stop it? Aunt Rosa struck Maria's quivering head from which an increasingly unhappy voice was rising. I stop it, but Aunt Rosa pushed me away. My back hit George Aniki. A long time ago, Aunt Rosa also thought of it as nothing more than one of Maria-chan's baby words. Manola is indeed fixed. Even midway through elementary school, she's been worrying about it a lot. Oh, she knows it isn't really that big of a deal, right? You'll never make it an adult if she's like that. Even though it wasn't fun to watch, this is a problem between parent and child. Alright. See, this is why George should die. Right? Like, understand this. This is why he should die. When you see a parent slap and like just straight up punch a child repeatedly as the child keeps crying louder and louder, if you don't step in and tell the parent to go fucking kill itself, or like at least stop the parent from punching the child anymore, you are a piece of shit. And pretending that you're like being like, you know, smart and nice and thinking about the future and oh, they need to think about like how to solve that kid's problem. If you don't do anything as a parent beats their child into the curb, maybe you should go kill yourself. Like, genuinely, maybe you at least don't have any kids, man. Do not have any kids. At least. Do not have any fucking kids. I fucking hate George. Like, I didn't even know. When I started hating George, it was just hating him based on appearance. This confirms it. This confirms it. I'm noting this down. I'm leaving it right there. Here we go. We're gonna remember this. I'm not letting this go. I really hope this guy fucking dies. Rosa too. Rosa too. I have to head out for now. I'll catch up on the rest of the VOD. Yeah, fair enough. I'm just pissed at him. I'm just so pissed at him. My god. Best of luck with the stream, Al. Thank you, thank you. Genuinely, both of them are terrible people. Terrible. Especially George. Okay, you could argue right? You could argue that Rosa is thinking for her child, thinking about her child's future, and she's just overwhelmed, completely stressed out, especially with the debt thing, where she's right about to be evicted or even worse, right? You could argue that she has some exonerating circumstances as to why she's that violent, and that like she's not deep down that bad. But when you just like a 23 years old, when you're a 23 years old like man, adult, and you watch a child get beaten up by their parents, while they keep crying even louder, and you say, "Oh well, that's just a problem between parent and child. We gotta let them handle him. We gotta let them handle it on their own. It's not our business to step in." I'm thinking about the future of the child. It's not fun to watch, but it's gotta happen, you know, it's just how it is. This is a sign that you're a piece of shit. Like, straight up. If he starts killing people, I will not be surprised. This line, this single line convinced me that he's gonna start killing people. I'm convinced now. The cold and calculating facade, he uses to justify being a piece of shit. Well, even I get chewed out by my mom all the time because of how I talk. And put it that way, maybe even the scene is painful like this isn't something an outsider like me should butt in on. I just thought the kid was annoying. Okay. He started throwing a tantrum, but like jumping into it and repeatedly slapping the child and telling it to shut the fuck up while slapping it to the point of like getting knocked down to the ground and continuing. There's a degree where you go from, you know, arguing that physical violence to discipline a child, that's a whole argument. Like, this just straight up goes into beating up your child. This is not teaching them anything, you're just beating it up. Butler-kun, when you were a kid, didn't you have any bad habits that you couldn't fix? That got you into trouble? Well, one or two. On Parents' Day once, kept getting yelled at in front of everyone. It was embarrassing as all hell. Hideyoshi, once again, being a standing human, by doing nothing. Yeah, Maria is like straight up autistic, right? And they're treating her like she's just... Okay, first of all, like, it's important. Here we go. Hideyoshi, best man, obviously. But, second of all, like, yeah, straight up, like, she's not just coded as autistic, she is, like, clearly. I think that's the intent. Like, the vocal quirks, the way, like, she speaks in a way that's weird, she doesn't really understand, like, social subtleties. She, you know, had troubles with expressing herself in general, repeats herself, etc. You don't know anything about how like she interprets emotions. That's not being autistic. The way she reacts, I don't know. She is autistic coded. There's nothing yet. Those are quirks from being autistics. She's 9. Okay, no. At 9 years old, I have my niece is 9 years old. My niece does not repeat, like, do weird noises all the time and repeat her own phrases and struggle to speak. Right? Like, that's one of the signs of autism. With her hyperfixation on black magic too, right? Like, she's completely, she has an hyperfixation on it. She has no interest in studying or making friends. Yeah, she just wants to study on her own. Indulge in her hyperfixation. Doesn't get along with the other childs. I don't know who told you that, but okay. Okay, no, are you genuinely trying to tell me that those are not signs of autism? Alright, nonetheless, let's go. I'm not saying that she's like 100%. I'm saying this because I have autism. And I'm saying this because I am also aware of autism. Like I am aware, I educated myself into it. Those are signs. Like if a parent sees this is the type of shit where if a parent sees it, they should bring their child to be diagnosticated. It is not, it's to fire away because of one thing. No, it's multiple things. It's not just her saying like having a vocal quirk. It's her having a vocal quirk, her being hyperfixated on black magic, struggling to get along with other people, struggling to express herself in general. She struggles, like even her vocabulary is like brought up that she struggles like express herself in general and express what she means fully, and that people just don't understand her. At the average, no, that's not Monoto, sir. That is not. I have a niece that's 9 years old and a nephew that's 8. They don't speak like this. They can express themselves properly and talk, and you know, her behavior is more like akin to a 5 years old, not a 9 years old. A 9 years old kid. I'm having proper conversation. I play games with my nephew without any problem, and like she expresses himself perfectly fine. He does not express himself like Maria, and most 9 years old don't. I'm telling you, she is not like 100% autistic, but everything about Maria, right? All the quirks that she's been shown to have, it's not like 100% sign, but those are signs where a parent should think, maybe I should get a diagnostic for my child, right? If a parent sees this, maybe they should get a diagnostic for their child. I guess I cannot speak of it because I had completely different experiences. Autism, okay, here's the thing with autism. Autism is very different from person to person. There are people with autism who never showed any sign when they were kids, like at all, besides like struggling to understand. You know, it's a spectrum, right? And the symptoms are completely different person to person. But like, you can't tell me that she's not autism coded, and that like right now, this is even more so grim. When you realize that like Rosa is beating up her child for struggling to express herself. I can because it's my opinion. Fair enough. Alright, but let's move on. Okay, you can understand how the two of them must feel right now. I'm sure they don't want us to be here now. I'm pretty sure Maria wants us to stop her mom from beating her up. You understand too, no? Don't shoot Jessica-chan. I don't think anyone would like to be seen when they're being scolded. Let's go. We'll return to the guest house. Then after Maria-chan comes back, let's welcome her as if nothing happened. Yeah, fair enough, Mono. Let's welcome her as if nothing happened. Yeah, if you see a parent being abusive to their child, you should do nothing about it and pretend nothing is happening. Thank you for the life lesson, George. Thank you. This is a great man. This situation pisses me off so bad. It's incredible. I'm so pissed off by this situation. Genuinely getting me mad at those characters that I've known for like not even that long. It's probably for the best, isn't it? No, it's not. George's an idiot? No, George is an asshole. This is not idiocy. We thought George Janicki's point was probably a reasonable one, and may have been eager to use that reasonable sounding argument as a justification to retreat from this outrunning scene. Jessica and I noted, and we all left. It is to some extent. He is aware of what he's doing. He is aware of what's happening. He has been repeatedly stated to be good with kids. And he's seeing this and saying, maybe we should do nothing. He knows that this is the wrong thing, and he knows that, like, it's just severely worsening Maria. He knows this is abusive, and he's not doing anything. He's justifying not doing anything. He didn't seem to hear. He felt sort of guilty and shameless after saying it. In that case, look by yourself as much as you want. Mama doesn't care. I'll look for it. I'll look for it by myself. Even if Mama doesn't care. Have it your way. The blessing her with those last few words, Rosa spun on heels, quickly returned to the mansion. I probably viewed that as a cold gesture meant to endure. That wasn't Rosa's intention, because which she had so emotionally struck Maria's cheek was still numb. Because if she stayed there screaming, she might again be taken over by her emotion, continue slapping his daughter's cheek over and over. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit, Mom. Maria was left alone in the rose garden. The wind began to blow stronger and stronger. Every once in a while, a raindrop would fall on her forehead. However, Maria couldn't leave that place, not until she found that poor, wilting rose. It had definitely been there. Even so, it wasn't. Even though she knew the place, even though it had been there, it wasn't. Maria bitterly stared at the place it was supposed to be and thought frantically. Maybe the angle I'm looking for is wrong. Maybe the height I'm looking from is wrong. While gazing at a single point, Maria repeatedly stood up, changed her position, and continued to stare. The wind was getting stronger and stronger. But Maria kept on looking for that rose in front of the flower bed. Kinzo noticed the sound of the raindrops beating on the window. It seemed to be pouring down thickly. It had begun to rain later than the weather report had predicted. Kinzo approached the window as if being summoned by the sound of the rain. The sound of the rain is the sound of silence. That sound feels quieter than any silence. It makes humans remember that, in the end, they are alone from the moment they're born to the moment they die. Late, Beatrice. Were those words directed at the rainy sky? There was no one to be seen in the direction of Kinzo's gaze. Well then, let us begin. Let us begin our banquet of miracles. This island has now been cut off from the world, but there are none who can interrupt this ceremony. There are many fitting sacrifices for you. 4 of my children, 3 other companions, 4 of my grandchildren, me and my guests and my servants. You may devour as many as you please. The key of fate will select the sacrifices in accordance with Demon's Roulette. That really chooses me. Even I will become your sacrifice. However, because of that, because I will be in such madness, that will most assuredly bring forth a grand miracle. Come, devour to your heart's content. I will achieve victory over that roulette. Yes, I'll put everything down on the line. First I return the inheritance of the Ishiramiya family. Accept it. Does she show up? Kinzo tore the window open, ripped a golden ring off his finger, forcefully threw it away. At times the thunder rang out, giving the illusion that the lightning had accepted the ring. And when you are resurrected, surely I will be the one who stands witness. I will survive until the end and watch over you as you awaken. Come, Beatrice! Welcome to my banquet! In exchange for all that I ever created, show me another miracle just this once. I'm not moaning. So many Bielorussia. Okay. How many hours are we going up? 6 p.m. A new sticker propped up on the TV, on top of the TV program we were watching. The disaster report told all municipalities all over were continually sending out rain, flood, and wave warnings. Of course, the raindrops beating harshly on the window were even more convincing. This rain's incredible. Still, when it's raining this hard, it also feels like it might stop at any moment. You wish. They said the typhoon is moving slow, but it might be like this all day tomorrow. And even a little bad weather stops the boats from coming. It looks like we won't be able to head out on Sunday after all. Just in case, I cleared all out that business from my Monday schedule, and I'm glad I did. Which means, looks like I will get to skip school Monday. Living on an island starting to sound pretty good. Come to think of it, Jessica, you've got to take a boat to school every day, don't you? What do you do when the boat stops running? You stay home when it rains and show up late when the wind's blowing? Like in Kamehameha? What? Who is he talking about? The boats don't come. I stay home. Still, it's not as good as it sounds. Usually I'm ordered to study by myself, and it's not that fun with someone staying right behind you, watching everything you do. During the rainy season, does the weather ever stay bad for a long time? Like you miss a bunch of days in a row? It does happen sometimes. Still, I'd get a call from my homeroom teacher every single day, would silently guide me on how I should teach myself, and what I had to turn in. You can't keep cool as easily as you're imagining, Butler-kun. You got to follow the rules for people that travel to school by boat, and get a good amount of studying done. The more of this game I see, the more confused I get. Fair enough. Yeah, this game is, he's basically sacrificing all his children for a ritual. The King of Hawaii is called that. I see. My room, I get distracted and can't concentrate. Real! It's so hard to study in your own room. So I'm being made to do nothing but work books for several days straight. Fuck. It's pretty hard to handle all that mental stress. When I get into college, I really just want to go to some dorm and quickly say goodbye to this inconvenient island. Okay. By the way, what do you do when the weather's good in the morning, then gets so bad on your way home that the boats are closed? Do you spend the night at school? That actually happens a lot. Because of that, they built some lodgings there for people who can't get back to the island they live on. That's where you'd spend the night. Sometimes when it gets really bad, you can get back home for a few days at a time. How long is this session going to go? Right? Because this is not interesting. I don't care about like the specifics of how people will live like island by island, study by boat or some shit. Someone coming into school or work on a train packed to twice its capacity might carelessly think that commuting by boat would be pretty interesting and fun, but it sounds like it comes with troubles of its own. You hear thoughtless stories saying stuff like that all the time. I've had enough of island life. Everyone just graduate high school and say goodbye to science. But oh, this is a peak writing people love. I would not mind reading through that if I wasn't reading it out loud. Not gonna lie. Because this is way too long to read for what is very little. There are old schools even for high school, right? Why don't you choose that Nijima school of all places? I wanted to go one of those from the beginning. But mom's always going on about how I need to learn manners and discipline as a successor. So I ended up sticking close to home, even for high school. Man, I hate this island. I just want to go live in a city. Where is the mystery? Like, I wonder how the mystery is gonna pan out. Like, if they told us a riddle, but like, do we figure out the murderer? How is it going? I would say the writing of the game is so far. It does it does go into tangents too much in some places. Like the boat speed that took like 10 minutes. And the overly long explanation of Battler for like every fucking name. Which I didn't care about. This is a mystery. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out then. I just want to go live in the city. I don't care if rain or even spews fall from the sky as long as I can move to the city, where I can wear casual clothes and sandals, and can get to a convenience store in less than 5 minutes. Oh, that's just a little longer. Just a bit more and you'll graduate high school, right? I can't wait a little longer. Just got stretched out and reclined in the sofa. How long it will take to the mystery? Oh, this is a mystery. How long it will take to the mystery? Yeah, fair enough. I was told, okay. 5 hours ago, I was told it was going to take 5 hours. We're still not there. Maybe it was a bad time slot because there weren't any interesting programs on. And we had nothing to do but languidly kill time until we were called for dinner. After that episode, Maria never returned to the cousin's room after all. Rosa probably took her back to the mansion. That would be pretty boring for Maria, all by herself, while the adults had a confusing conversation. Thought might as well head over to the mansion to see her, but the weather really was awful. If there was much time until dinner, we stayed where we were. Shouldn't you go to the mansion right now, before the weather gets even worse? You guys are dumb. At that time, we heard the sound of a humble knock. Jessica answered. Hi! Yes! The preparations for dinner are complete. Please come to the mansion. It was Cannon's kid's voice. Did he go all the trouble going from the mansion in this rain just to get us? Couldn't you have just called us on the telephone? Well, I guess servants at work don't always get to take the most efficient route. Just when I was getting hungry. Let's go. Yosaniki turned off the television and stood up. My stomach has been growling for a while. I've always been a huge fan of the main family's dinner. And didn't Goda-san said it was calf steak or something? No, I can't wait. Well, then it's always even more fabulous than usual when the family conference comes around. Even I'm looking forward to it. Let's go, let's go. As we left the room, Canon bowed silently and respectfully. Okay, let's go. Is the rain pretty nasty out there? Yes. Take care not to get your garments wet. So seeing the three of us out, Canon peered into the empty room. Wasn't Maria-sama with you? No, she's not. Wasn't she with Rosa? Maria's fucking dead. Rosa was lying on the sofa in the empty parlor, having fallen asleep before she knew it. George slipped on the wet road. Hell yeah! And died. Fuck yeah. He deserves it. She was bearing a burden that the children couldn't even imagine. That's why she only needed to let her guard down a little, because the awareness immediately dragged her into the world of sleep. Realizing this, Genji brought a blanket over to her. I tried to spread it over her. Her eyes snapped open as though she'd been shocked with electricity. Oh. Thank you, Genji-san. And she realized that the thing that touched her was just a blanket, that Genji had been considerately giving it to her. She let out a sigh of relief. Did I wake you? My sincere apologies. No, it's okay. I hadn't planned on sleeping in the first place. What time is it now? Now she's making me want to yawn. When he was asked for the time, Genji checked the pocket watch that he took out of his chest pocket. It is slightly after 6. Rosa gave her head a little shake when she realized that not much time had actually passed, even though it felt like she'd slept for ages. Even though she didn't feel rested at all, the drowsiness that had enveloped her must have been pretty deep. Thank you. I'll be fine without the blanket. I mustn't sleep at such a strange time. My sense of time has been completely thrown off. Yeah, probably slapping up children is what messed up your perception of time. Almost certainly. The rain has finally started pouring down in earnest, hasn't it? was I finally realized that the peaceful sound that put us to sleep was actually the rain. The wind's blowing hot too. Oh, there's the typhoon's finally here. It's what they say on TV. The typhoon is moving slowly, so I think it will be like this all day tomorrow. Really? So our last chance to see that wonderful rose garden must already have passed by. You literally add it, but you prefer slapping up children instead of watching garden. You suck. What you could see of the rose garden was completely blurred by the wind and the rain. Maria. That's right. What about Maria? I have not seen her. Did she not return to the guest house? Rosa knew her daughter's nature well, so a chill ran down her spine. Maria was stubbornly honest. And if she was ordered to find something that didn't exist, she would look forever and ever. Even in pouring rain. No. The cousins left before I did, so Maria was alone. Unless someone told her to stop, she stayed here even if it started raining spears. Would even putting an umbrella. How could I have lost control of my emotions and done such a thing? Even though she'd known about Maria's simple honesty better than anyone, she once again lost control of her emotions and done something terrible. Yeah, no shit. At least she can recognize it. Okay? Okay. At least she recognizes how much she fucks up, right? George doesn't. George rationalizes it. George rationalizes its cowardice. Right? Like, he's a coward. He's a complete coward and rationalizes it with like, oh yeah, we mustn't step in between parent and children, blah blah blah. He's a coward. Simple as that. And he's just rationalizing it to like make himself feel better about being a coward. He is a piece of shit through and through. Rosa pushed Genji away and ran down the hall. Personally calling him an idiot. No, this is malicious. This is not idiocy. Idiocy implies he's dumb and not realizing what's happening. No, he is. He has been repeatedly stated to be extremely smart. The outside really looked like a typhoon. The rain was pouring down spectacularly. Maybe because of some aspect of the terrain. The winds were in typhoon class, so an umbrella wouldn't be torn out of one's hands. Yet so, suddenly it was a windy rain. There was no time to admire the roses being drenched. Anyway, I'm getting pretty worried about Maria. You don't think she's still relatively searching for that rose alone, do you? Yeah, I don't see where you're defending him. Like, I mean, no, you're not defending him. But like, he's not. I'm telling you, it's been told so many times. Oh, smart he is, and oh, good with children he is. This is just like cowardice. It's not idiocy, it's cowardice. That's it. That's the word. He can't bear to like step up and like have balls, and like, you know, stand up to someone. No, he gotta rationalize it. Just say, oh yeah, well, it's better for the children actually. Surely she wouldn't do this in this rain. Or at least I wish I could believe that. But Mary-chan sometimes gets really stubborn and intensely straightforward. But I didn't worry much, thinking that Rosa had taken her back to the mansion. However, when Canon couldn't come from the mansion to call us and thought Maria was here, we got a little worried. I did not see her in the mansion, so I was sure she was here. After all, Rosa-sama was taking a nap. You didn't see her on your way over here? My apologies. I opened my umbrella and ran as fast as I could, so I did not pay much attention. If she had cut through the rose garden, taking the shortest line between the mansion and the guest house, then he would have just barely missed the place where Maria had been looking for a rose. It was raining this out too. Certainly would have been possible for Canon-kun to fail to notice her. Yeah, that makes sense. Instead of arguing around here, we faster just check it out directly. Oh, brother, why don't we wrestle there? How do you think that beat me now that you've been growing for 6 years? Okay, let's settle this. George and I flew out into the rain. Jessica and Canon followed us. Maria, if you're there, answer me. Maria! We've been told that Ryukishi was a civil servant, social worker in the past. A person that feels very much fitting in his work. I was not told that, but this... Okay, no, that checks out. Yeah, this is... Like, this is what pissed me off about the situation. Is that it's painfully realistic. Right? And this is very good. The fact that it pissed me off in such a way is very good. This is good writing. It is realistic. The way that the mother acted. The autistic children like throwing a tantrum and not being understood. And the passerbys, the relatives who could defend her, rationalizing, not stepping in with very dumb arguments along the lines of, it's parent and child, we mustn't interfere. This is really good. Like, this is very accurate. And it is pissing me off. It's Aunt Rosa. Hey, Aunt Rosa! When Joel called back, Aunt Rosa jumped at him and grabbed onto him. Where's Maria? Isn't she with you? No, we didn't meet with Maria-chan after that. Maria! 6 years ago, Maria was 3 years old. He was a cute and pure kid who would just accept whatever anyone said. But 6 years have passed since then. She's 9 now, and experiencing the ups and downs of life. You would have taught her something. But Maria, are you telling me you're still as innocent and pure as you used to be? Maria! As I circled the rose bed, something white unexpectedly turned to face me. It was a white umbrella. Maria was crouching down, holding a white umbrella, and still searching for that rose. Her face, which turned bright red from her crying her eyes out, was dirty with water and mud. It was a truly pitiful sight. Maria, are you still looking? Can't find it. Okay, I want to point out, this is also proof that despite Battler being cringe, anime boy, with like, I'm gonna pretend to touch breast and get slapped for it, and that's comedy. He is a genuinely good-natured person. His first instinct was to step up, but he was pushed, like social pressured, like peer pressured to not act up. But his first instinct was to step up, while Jessica and George were like, nah, we won't do anything, we can't do anything. We let her handle it. Like, Battler is just a good person. And this shows. Like, I think that's a very good characterization of Battler too. Of Battler, George, and Rosa and Maria. Jessica did not really matter here. She didn't really do anything besides follow what George said. She's more like a spectator. Battler and restraint was still a beater, no diff. It was not a bit. Did someone die? Someone got slapped repeatedly, many times. Can't find my rose. Battler much wanted to interfere, but he deferred to George, who he respects and also ranks above him in the family. Yeah, exactly. Who died? My respect for Rosa. Yeah. No, yeah, like, okay. Battler, it's just like a genuinely good person. But he just got peer pressured and he had to follow the person he respected. Because the person he respects is a total coward piece of shit. I had probably been here since the rain started pouring down. Her shoulders were freezing. He looked tired to the bone. Fortunately, since she was holding an umbrella, he wasn't completely soaked. The umbrella probably came from the handbag Maria always carried around. Thank goodness. Seriously, thank goodness. Battler-kun, thank goodness, you found her. And then she slaps the shit out of her for being outside. Because she's such a good mom. Then George's gonna be like, well, parenting is parenting. I guess we're gonna step away. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Remember I sighed and hugged Maria. It's not here. My rose isn't here. I'll look for it with you later. Okay? You just put it on hold for today. Okay? Put it on hold for today. Nuclear Maria still wasn't able to accept it, but she no longer had enough energy left to resist. Jessica could cut up with us. I'll have to tell ready in the mansion immediately. Maria, were you here this whole time? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being such a bad mother. And Rosa, why don't we head back to the mansion for the time being? Yeah, see, okay. See? Rosa, okay, no. My respect for Rosa is not completely gone. Because she at least realizes how fucked up she is, right? And like, she actually apologizes to her child and everything. She's still an abusive as hell mom, right? And I'm not saying she's a good person. But she at least realized and apologized and actually cares for her child. The respect for George was already at 0, but now it's at minus 1,000. Like, the fact that he just stood there, my god, I can't get over that. Like, I already was upset at seeing like, oh, Rosa was treating Maria, and then he just comes up and goes, oh well, I guess she's learning a good lesson. We shouldn't step in. And like, look, he's not even saying anything. Rosa is apologizing and saying that she fucked up, and he's not saying anything like, oh yeah, I was wrong, I shouldn't have said that. No. No, of course he wouldn't. Stay here, Maria will catch a cold. You're right. Maria, let's go. If we don't get you cleaned up, Grandpa will be mad. Hungry. It's already time to eat. You did a good job holding out, Maria. Until weather gets better, we'll all go search together. Couldn't stay in the rain forever. We took Maria with us as we headed out back to the mansion. Maria apparently wasn't as worn out as I thought. When she remembered we were having calf steak for dinner, she started chanting, I'm hungry, I'm hungry! Hoo-hoo! I returned to her usual spirit itself. Otherwise I didn't shut Maria for saying hoo-hoo. I see. But she had an umbrella on her. Maria sure is good at packing the right stuff. I didn't bring an umbrella. What? And who did you get that one umbrella you're holding? I borrowed it. A caring person must borrow an umbrella. It's Beatrice. A normal kid would look for shelter once it started raining, but Maria was too stubborn to give up so easily. So maybe that caring person gave up on telling Maria to find shelter, but decided to at least give her an umbrella. I see. I'll have to thank that person. Who was it? That's down. I just heard that. What was the sound? Is this like an update to the characters? No. Okay. Yeah, the second they started like saying, okay. The second they said that, I understood what it was. Then Maria cheerfully mentioned, was that of the island's witch? Rosa took a deep breath and asked again, trying to so in a way that wouldn't damage Maria's good mood. Really? That's wonderful. So who was it? Who brought you that umbrella? Just a sound effect. Yeah, no, it kicked in properly. Maria immediately realized that her mother didn't believe in her, and started crying out unappealing again. So Rosa stopped pursuing the subject. Probably be faster to ask whoever lent Maria the umbrella during dinner Grab it and ask Maria herself. See, okay. Beatrice is a better mother than Rosa. Right, I'm just putting out there. Better mother than Rosa. Just throwing it out. Father, please at least join us for dinner. It won't be a family conference otherwise. Along with dull pounding on the doors, the sound of Cross's entreaty could be heard. However, that voice seemed to be resigned to the fact that nothing it said would be heard. Kinzo-san, won't you at least come out for dinner? All the children have gathered here to see your face, haven't they? Silence, Nenjo. The bishop won't work. One move too short. Apparently, Kinzo was completely focused on the final battle of his long-lasting chess match with Nenjo. Kinzo's brow was wrinkled as he continued to glare at the game board through his spectacles. Cross's voice didn't reach his ears. Kinzo-san, I'm hungry myself. Why don't we go down and eat? Go by yourself, that's what you want. Let me consider this next move for a little longer. We are going to finish it tonight. Otherwise, Double will finish before the world ends. Nenjo rose from his seat, hoping this would prompt Kinzo to do the same. But Kinzo's eyes never left the chessboard. He knew well that Kinzo always displayed a blank concentration when it came to chess. But he'd never seen Kinzo concentrate as hard as this. And before Kino starts death, before sub-regional even starts, based. Amazing. It was almost as though Kinzo was telling the truth. And there would never be another chance for them to continue their contents if they didn't finish tonight. It seemed that, no matter how obstinately he called out to Kinzo, they wouldn't reach the ladder's heart. Nenjo gave up and headed to the door the cross was still banging on. The door to the study opened. Cross was taken aback, thinking that maybe Kinzo was actually coming out. However, Nenjo was the one who appeared, and Cross let out a sigh of relief. Dr. Nenjo. His father. I'm sorry I couldn't be of service. Right now, this room is Kinzo-san's whole world. Nenjo shook his head with a completely defeated expression. Cross raised his fist one more and banged on the door, shouting, Father, can you hear me? We're heading down now, but please join us anytime you feel like it. All of the children are waiting for you. His voice was very loud and he was making a racket pounding on the door. There was no way it wouldn't reach Kinzo's ears. Or it certainly was reaching him, but he ignored it anyway. However, unlike the time he'd be called on for lunch, he didn't fly into rage. By now, Kinzo was calm at heart, almost though he had taken on philosophical view, turned himself over to fate. Neither dinner nor the faces of my children interest me the slightest. I will only leave here if Beatrice is resurrected, or if I am chosen as a sacrifice for the key. The demon's roulette has already started spinning. What meaning does dinner have at this point? I saw the painfully loud banging on the door completely failed to enter his hearing. Kinzo silently thought about his next chess move, still in his philosophical state. Right, so we're gonna get... So the story's gonna alternate between what's actually happening in the mansion and Kinzo in his safe house bunker talking about, like, what's happening outside and the lore and everything. He is... Okay, that makes sense. Just as always, Kinzo's finger couldn't be seen anywhere in the dining hall. Ross, wearing a better smile, returned with Nenjo. Father says he still is not feeling well. He truly regrets missing this once-a-year opportunity to sit together with his gathered family. Evan Rudolph sniggered. What the fuck is snigger? Like, what the fuck is snigger? Does it mean like sneaker? Like, laughing really, really low? Given Kinzo's personality, there was no way to know. It's kind of laugh. Ah. Yeah, but isn't it snicker? Like a CK? Because, like, I didn't know double G was also an automatic spelling. There's no way it shows signs of regret, and none of his relatives showed any regret at his absence. Then why don't we start dinner? Could I begin? Certainly. Well then, if you will allow me. When go to start the family conference dinner, its biggest shine of the whole year, he noted with a broad grin. Growth are real. Huh. Okay, got it. May I ask who lent Maria an umbrella? When Rosa timidly cut through the silence of the dining hall, everyone noticed. An umbrella? What's this about? A short while back, Maria was in the worst garden when it started raining, and she apparently borrowed a white umbrella from someone. I wanted to thank them. It wasn't one of us. After you left, we moved to a different room and had a friendly chat that whole time. That's right. Even after that, the same thing as a real friendly chat. The word friendly fell awkwardly from Hideyoshi's lips. So even those who hadn't been present could tell the conversation hadn't been a pleasant one. At the very least, it couldn't have been me, however, Rudolph, Hideyoshi-san, or Kiri-san. We were together the whole time, even after Natsui-ni-san and Rosa-san left. The whole time until the meal started. Ni-san went up to the study with Genji-san to call father. At that time, the rest of us went straight to the dining hall. But it wasn't one of us. Would it have been a servant kind enough to lend me an umbrella? So was it you, Goda-san? I have been in the kitchen the whole time preparing. My sincere apologies. At that time, Shana and Kumasawa appeared, pushing a 7-cart loaded with old dove. And what about Kumasawa-san or Shannon-san? Yes? Has something gone wrong? Because Shannon come in part way, she shrank back, mistakenly thinking that the others were searching for the one responsible for some error. Wait, give me a second. He didn't like that. It started to rain and Mary-chan was alone in Guru's garden. After that, someone lent her an umbrella. When Rosa said she wanted to thank the person. Beatrice. Maria, her mouth a thin line, said the witch's name in a small voice. When Rosa explained the situation one more time, as she did, Kumasawa-san cackled. It wasn't us. Shannon-san and I were preparing the rooms together, so we did not go outside. Yes. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be of assistance. Preparing the rooms? What do you mean by that? Because of the rain. We thought it would be troublesome for all the guests to return to the guest house. So the servants were ordered to prepare the guest rooms inside the mansion. Really? How thoughtful. Yes, it certainly would be rude to chat outside in this rain. Would he give her a rest? Yes. After receiving the order from Madam, Kumasawa-san, Canon Kern, and I started preparing the rooms. And it became time for dinner, so Genshi-sama ordered Canon Kun to go to the guest house and send the children. Yes. So did Canon-san find Maria on the way to the guest house and under the umbrella? Wrong. The person who had actually received the umbrella denied it. Rosa was troubled. All she wanted to do was give a word of thanks to the person who had lent the umbrella. But she couldn't find them. She thought asking like this, with everyone gathered for dinner, would work immediately. And was it you, Natsui-ni-san? I'm sorry. After everyone's friendly chat, my headache was so bad that I have been resting in my room. Therefore, I did not go outside. Then who was it? George-kun and the kids? That can't be right. No, it wasn't us. We were watching television in the guest house the whole time. Actually, but Maria had just gone back to the mansion with you. Then Canon King came and he asked whether Maria was left. That's when we first realized she wasn't in the mansion. I mean, if it were me, I'd have grabbed her hand and pulled her under a roof before giving her an umbrella. Rosa was completely baffled. One by one, the relatives and the servants denied that they had done it, even though it really wasn't something anyone would need to hide. So by process of elimination, the number of remaining candidates wasn't large. Of course, it wasn't me. Right after it began raining, I visited Kinzo-san's room and I was playing chess with him until just now. Which means that I also wasn't grandfather. Oh, is the music speaking up? Holy shit. Wait a sec. Isn't this starting to get a bit weird? Who's that? Then, who was it? Genji-san? Huh? Wait a second, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm searching for some culprit or anything. All I want to do is, as a mother, thank the person who gave Maria an umbrella in the middle of the rain. Giving an umbrella to a girl loading in the rain is something to be praised. No, Aiden. Despite that, no one raised their hand. This is a real mystery of Umineko. The umbrella. Umineko stands for umbrella, actually. Why not? Everyone started whispering about how strange it was getting. Calm down, Rosa. Why don't we just ask the person who was lent the umbrella? That's what everyone had been thinking since the beginning. They were all scratching their heads at why she didn't just ask Maria who had been given the umbrella. However, Rosa bit her lower lip. To all she already knew Maria would answer if asked. Oh, of course! Rudolph-kun's ears got it right! Maria-chan, tell your uncle! I like Hideyoshi. Who lent you the umbrella? His voice actor also makes him sound like a good person, too. He looks like the fun uncle. Beatrice! Daniel was wrapped in silence for an instant, but it was soon interrupted by a burst of laughter. I see. So Beatrice, the witch of the forest, felt pity and lent her an umbrella. What a lovely story. Rosa, there you have it. Rosa couldn't believe it. Even though she just wanted to say thanks for the umbrella, why did everything have to be so clouded in smoke? Just like Uncle Cross said, Beatrice let me borrow it. Isn't that wonderful? We should all be jealous of such purity. What do you think, everyone? Cruz was laughing on her face that was clearly mocking. But Maria was overjoyed, apparently convinced that her claim was being believed. At least she's just struggling to read emotions read there. Struggling to understand like facial features and expressions that would indicate that he's like just mocking her right there. How did that work? Does that mean the witch really appeared and lent her an umbrella? Jessica asked me in a small voice that wouldn't carry over to Maria, who was sitting across from me. Has Maria ever been the type to make jokes? Heard that kind of story fall out of my old bastard's mouth, who would have just taken it as another joke. However, was out to explain it away like that when Maria said it. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, I accidentally skipped forward. No way, she's always being frank and serious. She's the sort to believe any joke, even ones normal people can instantly tell about lies. Never even heard of her cracking a joke. See, okay, see, another point for autism. Right, she struggles to understand nuance. And like read facial emotions like sarcasm. Which is also like a clear sign of autism. It is. They struggle to understand tone, like that is just textbook. Tone, facial features that indicate, like, you know, emotions, understand what people are meaning. It is, in fact, something autistic people, like, I've seen. Anyways. We're talking about Maria here, so I can't think of it as some kind of metaphor or joke. I don't think so. Mono, please look up autism on Google. It's that simple. I would not know. I mean, fair, but like just Google on autism, you will see like one of the main symptoms, and one thing that like I know for a fact is that autistic people struggle to understand like emotions, facial features, like what they mean, sarcasm. That they need to brute force to learn them. It's like one of the textbook symptoms. And what's going on? Are you saying Genji-san or someone put on that fancy dress from the portrait? Give Maria the umbrella. I'm not sure about that. Actually, that's what I want to know. Jessica shrugged jokingly. The expression didn't completely match her attitude. Once the order was set out and Goda showed up his vast store of knowledge, the meal began. A couple of casual chats broke out in the air, but they ceased somewhat distance. The meal ended up being so quiet that you couldn't ignore the sound of the rain sneaking into the dining hall. Kumasawa-san and Shannon, pushing the third cart, ran into Genji and Ken on their way to the kitchen. Oh, it's Genji. Didn't I marry Maria-san an umbrella? An umbrella? What are you talking about? Well, why is the sprite not in sight? Kumasawa's voice changed like quite massively. Very interesting. I did not know she had like that pitch in her. I heard that when it started raining, Maria-sama was alone in the rose garden. Think she borrowed an umbrella from someone there. But we don't know who it was. It wasn't me. After all, I actually thought Maria-san was in the guest house. Oh yeah, fair enough, Monotoaster, fair enough. Yeah, my apologies. When Bada-sama first found her, he was already holding a white umbrella. My apologies, but it was not me either. Then could it actually be the master? Within the dining hall and right here, everyone said that they hadn't done it. That left only Kinzo, but maybe he went walking down the corridor for some reason, and just happened to see Maria-sama in the rose garden and got even an umbrella. The master is not particularly fond of Maria-sama. I agree. I can only imagine that for Maria-sama's sake, go to all the trouble of descending stairs with an umbrella. Oh my, well troublesome. If that means the one who lent Maria-sama an umbrella really was Beatrice? Kumasawa laughed, just like the relatives in the dining hall who had laughed it off. She couldn't think of any other way to break through the smoke veiling the current situation. But then the creased fountain lens, flapping twice, rang through the hallway. They all turned around at once with Goda coming out of the dining hall. When do we get to see Beatrice? It'd be cool. I want to see what she looks like. I mean, I already know, but I want to see her in action. I'm sitting at dinner. Proper timing while sitting at the table is essential. Please immediately see you setting out the soup. Genji-san, Lumuna are in the middle of an important job, so please don't get in their way. Ken declared at Goda for being rude to Genji, person Ken respected. Genji, realizing this, patted Kennen once on the shoulder as a warning. Then really quickly turned away and returned his expression to normal. Obey Goda's instructions. Hurry up and prepare the dinner table. Come now, there's no time. So dull. Hurry! Goda grabbed the saving cup from Shannon and steadily pushed it towards the kitchen. Then please allow us to return to the kitchen. After all, Goda-san's temper is very short. Please excuse me as well. Kumasawa and Shannon left. Only Genji and Ken remained. Through the windows, the ugliness of the rainy night could be seen, along with the occasional thunderbolt. George died. No, yeah, he choked on the soup that he was served. He had too many hors d'oeuvres and he started choking, and no one did anything as he started choking and dying. Like, everyone just kept talking and didn't give a shit. Beatrice-sama, when did he return? I don't know. Shall I inform the master? That is not necessary. If she truly has returned, she will eventually appear before the master of her own accord. Furthermore, he is a fickle person. It will be pointless to return to the master, only to find that she does not appear. I wonder if this means the master's ceremony has already begun. Probably. However, that has nothing to do with furniture like us. We must continue to return the favor we received from the master until our final moments. Yes, that is furniture's duty. And thunder crashed once more. Except for those instants when lightning lit up the sky, nothing could be seen out of the window but darkness of the night. Just as humans rule when the sun is up, those that are not human rule when the sun is down. The darkness of night that now surrounded Rukujima was ruled by another master, not the Ushiramiya family. Did the master take pity on Maria when she was alone and being pummeled by the rain in the rose garden, lending her an umbrella? Ganon looked at the rose garden's light, dimly visible beyond the window. Dim lights weren't enough to illuminate the surrounding area. Looking at those lights felt like making eye contact with the witch. Ganon forced himself to avert his gaze. He didn't. It felt like his eyes would be absorbed by that light. Can the weather change how people act? You often hear stories about how things like the atmospheric pressure can influence people's moods and physical health. For some time now, everyone had been struggling to clear the gloomy atmosphere, but any conversation was quickly cut off. In the end, the dining hall was simply filled by the sound of the rain. Dessert was some kind of chocolate cake, accompanied by pure sherbet. Goda-san enthusiastically explained the recipe as soon as the final dish was presented, but I quickly forgot the details. The guest of honor, grandfather, was absent. The weather was horrible, and the identity of the one who would let Mary an umbrella remained a mystery. When dinner ended, no one felt even a bit refreshed. It was too late now, but I realized painfully that taste wasn't the only important part of a meal. The whole atmosphere was also critical. Goda-san, the supposed conductor of this musical piece called dinner, did his best to enliven the place, dropping little jokes left and right. Apparently not one of them succeeded. He is a very good cook. I gotta give him that. He is a very good cook. Badler and his family mythic suck arc. I mean, he really was on that arc, like, since the beginning. He hates everyone here. I mean, not his cousins, but, like, he dislikes a lot of people. After taking orders for after-dinner coffee, tea, and orange juice, he left for the kitchen. What was he cooking? I have no idea. As soon as he appeared, Uncle Cross spoke. My. It's pure true. What a waste that the dinner Goda works so hard to create was made with such a gloomy atmosphere. Yes, absolutely. Just feels like nothing tastes good today. Oh, I'd like to know why you feel that way. Later on, I'll do all I can as your older brother to help cheer up. Aunt Eva grimaced slightly. As I reheard, she wasn't on good terms with Uncle Crofts, but it was pretty clear now. When I looked around, I noticed that my father and old Rosa were also grimacing. Apparently, they had something besides the weather troubling all of them. Oh, Aunt Eva and my dad aren't looking too happy. Really? I don't think so. I assumed Natsui was thinking, am I right? But she seemed to be in a bad mood as well. Not back, as is to say she was absolutely not interested. Well, the conversation got a little complicated. It isn't something kids like you need to worry about, Butler-kun. Isn't that right, Natsumi-san? Kiri-san. Small reminder. Right here. Small reminder. Uncle Hideyoshi laughed as he spoke, but without his usual brightness. I could vaguely imagine Just how complicated the adult conversation become. He's about to eat the cool part. We'll see. On top of that, even Aunt Nasui and Kiri-san, the people that directed is coming too. Ignore them. I still haven't heard anything. Not the Natsui slander. Hell yeah, Natsui slander. Fuck yeah. I didn't know what kind of conversation we'd been having while us kids were away. But it reminded me of our dad said he had stomach cramps when we arrived at the mansion. The family conference might have been a playful reunion to us kids, but it was definitely different for the adults. After Uncle Hideyoshi's comment was ignored by the other adults, and an awkward silence fell over the room, Kiri-san spoke up. Yeah, now they're snubbing Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi is doing his best. Like, he's doing his best, man. It's just not working, but he's trying, he's honest. We can't fool him for that. We were talking about how the kids' careers would turn out. Not just what lies in the future, Batlikin. Did you just drift onto college? Wouldn't that be a little disheartening as a starting line for the long race of life? What? College is a bad thing? Here's that. Stop talking about something like that in the middle of a meal. It won't use this well. And we'll all end up getting constipated. That's right, that's right. We're talking about bad experience Jessica Chan's careers. We gotta think seriously about the future. Hideyoshi oddly agreed that if we really had been talking about that, but that was probably wrong. Kiri-san had been obviously trying to change the subject. However, if Kiri-san had determined that this was the best course of action for now, then she was probably right. Taking this into account, I cast aside my suspicions as to the cause behind Aunt Eva and Dad's best moods. At long last, the serving cart returned, filled with coffee and tea. Kumasawa-san and Chan-chan served it to everyone. Gora then explained that it's concluded tonight's meal. If only the mood had been a bit more cheery, it might have been the best dinner of my life. It was a shame this best of dinners couldn't have been in their best conditions. George, is dinner over now? Over? Yes. With this, dinner is finished. Don't be rude. Stay in your seat and calmly drink up. Mary looked like she was really excited by the occasionally crashing thunder. Maybe she wanted to quickly finish eating and run over to the window. She had been fidgeting for a while, waiting for the meal to end. Some people are afraid of thunder, while others find it interesting. And Mary was apparently one of the later sort. Same for me. I fucking love it. I love thunder. I love rain. It's great. I love it. Therefore, when she heard from George Aniki that dinner was over, a huge smile broke across her face. She then rose for her seat, took out her handbag, which she set under her seat, never having left it even while she was eating, began fishing around inside of it. No one seemed particularly concerned by this behavior. What? Huh? Where do you get it? George was the first to notice it. This is the umbrella. Better notice too. Oh! They showed that Maria was now holding a beautiful Western-style envelope. Oh. On the front of the envelope, the Ishiramiya family crest, the one-winged eagle, was done in gold leaf. Furthermore, the fact that it was sealed with dark red wax made it clear that it wasn't something Maria could have brought as a prank. Maria, what is that? I think the Natsui had also noticed the strangeness of the envelope Maria was holding. Her voice sounded too serious for someone admonishing a small child, so the relatives around us finally noticed too. What happened, Natsui-ni-san? What? Is that? Maria, why did you pick that up? This is what is on clothing. The mark indicates that they're part of the family. That's what the mark indicates. An envelope has Kinzo-san's. When Nenjo murdered that, even his kids can understand why everyone seemed to be frozen solid. The envelope that Maria held was one of the Ushiramiya family ads, custom-made envelopes for private use. In other words, it can only mean one thing. This envelope contained a message from Kinzo. I would not know. I've not been watching all the streams. Fair enough, fair enough. If you look, there are VODs available online on my YouTube channel. You might want to check that out. What is an envelope like that doing here? Now that's an interesting thing to come jumping out at us. Just let me have a peek. No way, I'll read it. I was told to read it to everyone. Uncle Hideyoshi tried to snatch the envelope out from Mary's hands, but she protected it. I was still hugging it and didn't let go. Hideyoshi-san, you can't use force against a child. Maria-chan, where did you get this envelope? You missed. Okay, yeah, no, but it turned out it's just like part of the family. Hey, I got it from Beatrice when she gave me the umbrella. She told me to read it to everyone after the meal was over. I'm the witch's messenger. Messenger? Oh yeah, they did that show that it's like English. The almighty witch of the island sure likes to mess around. I tried to joke about it, but no one laughed. I wonder what's written inside of it. Maria-chan. I'm gonna read it. Maria casually opened the envelope. It was sealed only with wax, so she just had to remove the sealing wax to open it. The sealing wax fell into the desk. She hastily picked it out and stared fixedly at it. It was sitting in the center of the table, where Natsui, Kiri, and Nenjo stared at it. They put it in the sealing wax was a one-winged eagle, which was the Ushiro-miya family crest, and also Kinzo's personal crest. Yeah, so this is proof that either Kinzo or Beatrice did it. This is the family's head, personal crest. Or Nenjo or Genji. I know it from the letters I have received from Kinzo-san before. Without a doubt, this is his wax seal. But aren't there several things in medicine bearing that crest? For example, there was some kind of step for wax seals. Couldn't someone other than Kinzo-san have used it? Yeah, that's my question. No, Kinzo-san would always use a ring on his finger. It's proof that the Ushiro-miya family etched it when he sealed the wax. Oh, okay. Good point. The shape and complete design is definitely Kinzo-san's seal. Well, it's not necessarily so. Anyone in the family must have received a letter from father at least once. We can't eliminate the possibility that someone used that wax as a model to create a fake seal and passed himself off as father. I agree with Aniki. No matter how much a seal resembles that, we can't prove that it's a real thing. But it doesn't prove this envelope come from him. I absolutely agree. Cannot prove arbitrarily deciding this letter came from father, based solely on the wax seal. Dr. Nenjo, couldn't use a bit more discretion with your vague words? I apologize. It was not my place to speak. One after another, all of the siblings from Cross on downwards rejected Nenjo's statement. Goddammit. Saying that the envelope Maria held wasn't necessarily from Kinzo. They were afraid. Yeah, no shit. They feared from the bottom of their hearts. But Kinzo's intentions were written there. There might be some announcement regarding the inheritance that would be decidedly unfavorable to them. Maria, the person who gave you that envelope was the same person who lent you that umbrella, right? I don't know what who means. Is it true? Yes. Oh. So in other words, the witch, Beatrice, gave Maria-chan that envelope along with the umbrella? I mean, yeah. There's no other choice. Maria nodded forcefully. Read it already. I agree, my husband. It's a dubious letter handed over by some suspicious person. It isn't even worth reading. There's nothing wrong with just reading it, right? Berta said it to Jessica in a small voice, trying to act tough. Natsui heard him clearly and glared at him with threatening eyes. And then... Beatrice, she told you to read it after the meal was over, right, Maria? It's okay, everyone. This envelope didn't come from grandfather, but from Beatrice. Regardless of who actually wrote it, why can't we just hear what's inside before we decide? That's right. Even if father didn't necessarily write it, I still like to know what's written inside. Maki-chan, I'm sorry I tried to take it from you by force earlier. I'm sad. I'm sad already because I know Itayoshi's gonna be like one of the first 6 to die. Like, it has to be. It has to be him, sadly. I apologize. Don't be really loud in front of everyone. Maria, read it. As all relatives said, fiercely at Maria. She spread the letter open with a rustle. Do you think it really did come from Dad? Impossible. Whenever father has announced something to us in the past, he would always send Genji if he didn't do it directly, correct? I cannot believe that he would use such a joke-like approach. That's right! Maria, a messenger? That definitely doesn't suit father's taste. Rosa, could this be Maria-chan trying to surprise us by putting on some kind of show? Maria isn't really a kid who would be capable of something so thoughtful. I'm gonna read it. Okay, finally. The words came out of Maria's mouth, but for some reason, her voice seemed different than usual. Everyone was suddenly silent. Welcome to Rukkenjima, members of the Yoshirimiya family. I am Beatrice. He's the alchemist for this family employed by Kinzo-sama himself. Her voice completely changed. That's crazy. Quiet. I have served him for many years in accordance with the contract, but on this day, Kinzo-sama has announced the final suspension of that contract. Ishiyaruma, fuck yeah. What? Oh, the music. The music, okay. I ask that you acknowledge my resignation from the position of family alchemist from this day forward. Oh, foolish. What nonsense. Yeah, there's a track playing right now. Yeah. I can't stand to listen to it. Is it that bad of a song? Now, there is one part of the contract that must be explained to all present. I, Beatrice, lend Kinzo-sama a vast quantity of gold on a certain term. One of those terms specified that all the gold is to be returned to upon the termination of the contract. Furthermore, I am to receive everything of the Yoshirimiya family's interest. Ridiculous! It's been ridiculous from the very beginning. So it's basically one of those things, right? Doesn't it sound just like one of those contracts with the devil? The contract has expired, so they've come to collect the interest. Is she trying to get some retirement money for her old age or something? What a cheeky witch. But Ken, now isn't the time to joke around. Vedler made the face as if to ask, if I can't make fun of this, what can I make fun of? Suddenly the old face pale, one of his looked dazed. After hearing this, you may feel as though Kinzo-sama has been savagely ruthless. However, Kinzo-sama did append a special clause to the contract so that you would have a chance to preserve your health and honor. If, and only if that special clause is fulfilled, I will lose my rights to the gold and the interest for all eternity. Special clause? What is it? Special clause. Beatrice retains the right to collect the gold and accumulated interest upon the termination of the contract. However, if someone is able to discover the hidden gold of this contract, Beatrice must abandon this right for all time. The collection of the interest will proceed shortly. If any one of you fulfill the terms of this special clause, I shall return everything, including the portion that has already been collected. Furthermore, as the first step in the collection of the Kinzo-sama's debt, I have taken possession of the Yoshirimiya family's head rings, which signifies the passage of the Yoshirimiya family headship from one individual to another. I ask that you confirm this for yourselves by examining the imprint on the wax seal. Are they trying to claim that that's the meaning behind the seal? That Father Rikishi's ring is unthinkable. Crossed out of the sitting was as trying to burn a hole through it. Ivan Rudolph were doing the same over his shoulder. Come to think of it, when we were playing chess, I did have a strange feeling that something was missing from Kinzo-san's finger. Dr. Nanjo, don't say something so careless just because of a vague memory. We can't prove its authenticity here. Only by asking Father directly can we determine whether it really ended over his ring, and whether this letter tells the truth. But that's right. It's just as Kiri-san said. Do you really think Kinzo-san will tell you? After all, that person's thoughts sometimes surpass the bounds of common sense. No matter what happens, it's still nonsense. In the first place, the illusion of gold itself is one of Father's tricks. I've already heard enough talk of that gold from the rest of you. This is a witch speaking, right? But I was the inheritance, and all of the assets will be handed over to the one who finds the gold, right? Yeah, this shit is going down. And maybe Beatrice-sama is Father's legal advisor, or in charge of his funds. We can't possibly trust some strange person who entrusts such suspicious paper to a child. Aniki, we need to be frank with us. Is it possible that the assets are being managed by someone you don't know? No, just impossible. As a family heir representative, I control all of Father's assets. It would be impossible for anyone to do as they please with them, without me knowing it. So this might mean there are some assets you don't control, right, Cross-Nissan? Oh, foolish. Such a set could not possibly exist. Oh, but there is such a thing. And a set of Fathers that you don't control. But no way such a thing could exist. No, it does. It's Fathers. No. Beatrice is hidden gold. True. Let's keep it simple. A short data from trusted confidante that Aniki doesn't even know about. Furthermore, this person has always been in charge of watching and managing the gold. Or it could be some eccentric, rich person who fed in a loan with rules like a devil's contract. Could it be that this confidante called Beatrice is trying to test which of Kinzo's children is most worthy to be financed by our gold? Yuri's question was one that all the siblings wanted answered. Upon reflection, they realized that... Is this what happened? The Ushirimiya family before, in the past, did they have the same game? And he wished for gold? The entire Ushirimiya family bloodline died, and the only one left was him. This can't have been coincidence. And this can't just be Beatrice like choosing him out of nowhere. There had to have been a ritual involved to like get Beatrice to notice him. And if everyone else died but him, that means there must have been a game like this taking place. And he won it. He won that game. He made this exact same contract. And now the pattern is repeating. Kinzo should have invested in tech stocks. No, we are homeless. He should have invested in Bitcoin before it even exists. To go now. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Bye bye, Monotoaster. Thank you for coming. Yuri's question was one that all the siblings wanted answered. On reflection, they realized that Kinzo's strange epitaph had hung in the hole beneath the witch portrait for quite some time. And while it had long been whispered that whoever solved the puzzle would receive everything, no one had ever clearly stated it. It was just something that everyone had hoped might be true. Already right now, the thing that hoped for had been clearly stated in Beatrice's letter. It clearly specified that everything of the Ushirimiya family would be given to the one who found the gold. Kinzo-sama has already publicly displayed the location of the hidden gold within the epitaph under my portrait. The rules apply equally to all who can read the epitaph. If you discover the gold, I shall return everything to you. Tonight, I ask to enjoy your battle of wits with Kinzo-sama to the fullest. I sincerely pray that his knife will be both intellectual and elegant. Beatrice the Golden. Quite impressive that Mario was able to read it like this, like that well. Brother, I know you can hear me. Please respond. Zoroki's little study was being violently, harshly beaten against over and over, again like a percussion instrument. The yells coming from the other side belonged to Cross, Rudolph, and sometimes Eva. But the siblings were trying to intrude upon Kinzo's study to question him about the truth behind the mysterious letter. Kinzo was in. An elegant tablecloth was set over the desk, and the fabulous diner that adorned the table down in the dining hall was reproduced here. Kinzo continued his meal in silence. Then, taking away an empty plate, looked uncomfortably between the door being pounded on and Kinzo's face. Everyone is calling for you. But what should I do? Leave them. God in my meals both hold silence as a virtue. Should I silence them? There's no need. It does not even reach my ears. Shinzo enjoyed his food, apparently indifferent. Genji quietly lowered his head and took a single step back. As he did, Kallen, who stood in reserve like a shadow behind, to the side of Genji, opened his mouth. Why are all the servants in his room? Maria-sama apparently received a letter from Beatrice-sama, so I imagine they want to test its authenticity. As she started already then. Beatrice, I have no shortage of coins to be wagered. Shall we enjoy this night to the fullest? I don't think I'll lose. Your smile will be mine for all eternity. If I could see it one more time, I wouldn't regret losing my wealth, my honor, or even my life. Well then, the roulette has begun to spin. Which bucket will the ball fall into? Noir? Rouge? Or I'll stake though. You may begin, Beatrice. I'll show you the power of miracles once more. Okay. I think that's a good stopping point then. Right there. It's 10. That's late. Is something happening? Okay. I think that's a good point to stop. Nothing happened, really? But this means that, like, next stream, shit will go down. And shit going down is going to be quite epic, to be certain. Let's stop here. That was fun. That was quite fun and enjoyable. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Every stream will be shit goes down. Next stream, nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. But Monososister, we're ending the stream right now. Nothing ever happens, sadly. So, like, this is... We have to end it here. Sadly. And we're gonna stop. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to be streaming it... what day is it? Yeah, Thursday. In 2 days. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll be heading out for tonight. Bye-bye.